AVC Sports presents high school football. Tonight's game is brought to you by patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, People's Bank, Laborers Local 530, Myra Shire for Municipal Court Judge, Cambridge Overhead Door, Levi & Associates, Candy Reardon, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Wayne Garage Door, Troy Blair Dunning Motor Sales, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, Cambridge Auto Sales, Rotorua Rehab, Bruner Land Company, Dunkin' Donuts of Cambridge, Surgeon Construction, Southeastern Ohio Counseling Center, and Porsche Air Pigs.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to week 3 of the high school football season. Tonight from Eugene Capers Field, it is the cross-county rivalry between the Cambridge Bobcats and the Meadowbrook Colts. Bill Kafury along with John Valentine tonight to give you all the action of this long-standing rivalry between these two arch rivals. And the Cats come in tonight at 0-2, looking for win number 1 in the season. The Colts have picked up a W. They are 1-1, winning their opening game here at home. And it's one of those things we always say before, when this is game 10, you throw out all the records and stuff. There aren't very many records right now to be able to throw out, but when these two teams get together, you're never really sure what might happen.
No, it's always a different level, right, for good reason. Anytime you play a rival or a team that's real close to you, distance-wise, and you know the kids, you hang out with them in the summer, you do different things.
Probably related.
A lot of us have been related over the years, too, so it's always nice, spirited rivalry for sure. But, you throw the records. The records don't matter. You hear that saying all the time. But in a game like this, those kind of things really don't matter. It's just lining up and smacking somebody in the mouth.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, too, for the Colts. They got shellacked by the Bobcats a year ago. What was it, 66-0 or something like that? 63-0. Yeah. So they certainly want to atone for that. For the Bobcats, they're just looking for win number 1 on the season after going to the playoffs a year ago. They're trying to find some way to put it together to get a W.
Well, everybody knew that it was going to be a learning curve for this year's team with losing 17 seniors, 17 skilled seniors, and a lot of success over the years, the last several years. We're going to have some growing pains early on. Now, that being said, they came out week 1 and really competed and had an opportunity to win week 1. Week 2 kind of got away from them a little bit, but they've certainly made some strides, and mostly, and that's in the backfield with number 15, the sophomore Garrett Carpenter. He's really come a long way so far just in his second start last week, but the team is certainly going to go as Garrett Carpenter goes.
Yeah, Carpenter has been outstanding as a youngster, playing in his first 2 starts, over 600 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. One of those was a tip pass, so he's been very good, but it hasn't led to a W yet. Maybe tonight that switches around. You're listening to our pregame, brought to you by Southeastern Ohio Counseling. We'll take a break here on our pregame, get some of our lineups together, come back and tell you who the starters are going to be tonight right after these messages.
I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Hey, football fans, Laborers. Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Myra Shearer? Myra who?
Hi, I'm Myra Shire, and I'm running to be the next judge of the Cambridge Municipal Court. No matter how you pronounce my last name, most people know me as Myra, a dedicated public servant. Myra, the assistant law director. Myra, a community volunteer with my husband Jeff. If elected judge, I promise that I will serve Guernsey County with honesty and integrity. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 7th.
Vote Myra in November for Municipal Court Judge. Paid for by Myra Shire for Judge.
We're good. Welcome back to Eugene Capers Field. Pregame continues here, brought to you by Southeastern Ohio Counseling. Bill Kafury, John Valentine. With tonight's call of the game, JV, tell us some of the numbers here. How many times have these two teams played? What's going on? This is, like we said, a rivalry, but not one that goes back 100 years, but
back to 1967, technically, when the Meadowbrook schools opened, as we can see in the distance. Cambridge won the first game 30-14. Overall record in the series, Cambridge is up 35-12. And 12, there's been a lot of those the last several years. That's not been a one-sided rivalry at all.
Colts have been on the streak lately.
Over the last 10 years, it's started to even itself up a little bit, and certainly the Colts have had the upper hand the last several years.
Bobcats with the win a year ago pretty convincingly, but tonight the Colts at home in a brand new, refurbished, in progress facility here with the new turf on the field, looking just as good as it did day one about 10 years ago.
Yep, Eugene Capers Field 2.0, but a lot of construction going on. We all had some parking issues today. We all knew that coming in, but they're building new schools off into the distance, connecting to the existing high school. And behind us, behind the football field, they're building a new athletic facility, a new field house as well.
Tonight's action being brought to you on WILE 97.7 on the radio side and YRPtv, streaming video to you to bring this rivalry action tonight as the Bobcats come in winless on the season at 0-2. The Colts at 1-1. Cambridge won the toss, elected to take the ball first. We've seen them a couple of times this year, and that's getting their best side on the field. Saw them a week ago come right out and throw it right down the field. But one of the things we talked about a week ago, and one of the things they may continue to emphasize, is cleaning up mistakes. And last week a couple of their first drives down the field into scoring zone, and were unable to come away with any points because of penalties and missed execution problems.
Yeah, the first two drives that Cambridge had against John Glenn came up empty. Could have been a different ball game if they punched that in, because it was 28-7 at the half. That could change things really quick. So, yeah, the penalties has been a constant issue for Cambridge really the last several years. There were 30, I went back and looked, 30 penalties in that game we covered last week at John Glenn. And Cambridge had the majority of those. So, certainly something to clean up.
When you have two local teams playing, and there's a lot of enthusiasm, sure, I will say, and not bad blood, or enthusiasm in the game and adrenaline, you're going to have that. And this game is another one of those games that we talked a little bit about earlier, that there's a lot of enthusiasm, and those guys, and you want to one-up them, and sometimes that one-upping ends up a little late hit, a little early hit, a little extra chirping, and the team that can control that, I think, has an advantage.
Oh, for sure, and that's certainly part of the equation. However, for Cambridge, it's a lot of youth as well. So a lot of the things that were last week were false starts, lining up offside, just goofy things like that. Meadowbrook's had those struggles the last couple of years. They're feeling a little bit better about their team now. Some of those sophomores and freshmen have been starting for a year or two, and so they have a little bit more experience on that side of the ball. But yes, in a rivalry game, there's always some heated exchanges, some personal fouls, those kind of things. The coaches do a real good job of controlling their players to make sure that doesn't happen, but I'm sure there's going to be some yellow flags tonight.
Colts at home tonight in their orange helmets with black unis. orange numbers and trim. Bobcats once again on the road, wearing their whites tonight with a little royal blue on top and in their trim as well. Cambridge won the toss. They elected to take the ball first. And the Bobcats up front look like this: Silas Fisher, Alec Porter, Jacob Briggs, Frank Yakupchik, and Caden Dillon across the front five. Keaton Kaiser, Reed Johnson, Devin Ogle, Eli Edwards on the outside. Clayton Myers has been in the backfield a lot for the Bobcats, along with Cody Quillen in some relief roles. But the guy that's really stirred the drink early for the Bobcats here this year is the sophomore quarterback, 6 foot, 160-pound Garrett Carpenter. And coming in, we talked a little bit about some of his stats. 639 yards passing, 48 of 78, a 61.5% in completion rate, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He also leads the team in rushing, having rushed for 65 yards through 2 games, and which is something kind of an anomaly for the Bobcats. In years past, that, you know, you always had quarterbacks that could run the ball, but very rarely would they be the leading ground gainer for you.
Well, and I don't think that that's something that Coach Leak is looking to continue as a trend, because Garrett Carpenter is just a sophomore. He's got a lot of talent, but, you know, he needs to put on a little bit extra weight and be able to take some of those hits. And then we've seen, as he's running out of bounds a couple times, he's not protecting himself the right way. So some of those things, there's a learning curve there for him too. But to lose your starting quarterback because he's running too much, I don't think is a recipe that any head coach would be interested in.
4-3 defensive set for the Colts tonight. Up front, Deshaun Mayle, Ethan Hetty, Casey Clendenning, Zayden Yeagle. Behind them, Noah Farley, Talon Cannon, Cooper McManaway. And then the deep backs, Nick Norman, Jacob Burris, Braylon Lowry, and Will Smalley. As a week ago, we talked about how important it was to win the battle up front. That's something the Cats have struggled with through 2 weeks, and tonight they find themselves again a little on the small end compared to the Colts. The Colts up front, defensively, they go 200, 270, 255 in the middle, and 200 on both ends. That's pretty good size defensively. And, of course, the Colts offensively are even bigger than that across the front five. So Cambridge is going to have its work cut out for them again tonight.
Yeah, and again, Meadowbrook has a little bit of more experience, right, because they've taken their lumps the last couple of years because of that inexperience. But they've got even some young guys. Even though they have a little bit more experience, they've got some young guys that are going to be getting plenty of playing time tonight as well, well-deserved playing time. So interested to see how that dynamic works, Cambridge's offense against Meadowbrook's defense. Meadowbrook's defense is not slow, so I think they can keep up with the Cats. And then flip it on the other side. How's Meadowbrook going to come in as a game plan against Cambridge's defense when they've given up 500 yards of total offense the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, offensively for the Bobcats, something that we've seen the last couple of weeks is teams try to eliminate Devin Ogle from the offense by putting 2 guys on him. And will we see a wrinkle from the Bobcats tonight and try to free him up a little? Last week, Reed Johnson was the golden child for the Bobcats. He got about 15 targets, over 10 catches, and he ended up leading the Cats in receiving a week ago. There's a lot of capable receivers there, but no doubt the best one out there is number 5, Devin Ogle.
And you have to find ways to get him the ball, whether that's out of the backfield or put him in motion or get him on one side and be able to run some routes away from him and try to utilize him one-on-one. Somehow you got to get your playmakers the ball. We talked about it before we went on air. It's not that Cambridge doesn't have 3 or 4 other guys that can hurt you. They actually have some speed and some guys back there, but they certainly don't compare from an experience standpoint and from a skill standpoint at this point with Devin Ogle. So, and again, Meadowbrook's team defense is pretty quick, so see how they react and see how they, if they double Devin Ogle, and see how they can get him free.
Tonight's game brought to you by these game sponsors. We want to thank them: Surgeon Construction, Raider Rehab and Wellness Center, Myers Shire for Municipal Judge, Southeastern Ohio Counseling, Troy Blair with Dunning Motor Sales, Laborers Local 530, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Stoney's RV, Cambridge Overhead Door, Forshee Air Picks, and many, many more. We'll get to them in a moment. We're about ready to get things underway. All of our kickoffs brought to you by Valentine Insurance on Southgate Parkway tonight, and we are ready for Dalen Rivera to approach the ball and get things going here as the Bobcats will drop one guy deep, and it looks like that's going to be Reed Johnson. A little different look there as it's going to bounce short and picked up by Kaiser to 25. Straight ahead, 40, 45, pops it through, and he's gone. One man with a chance, and it ain't going to happen. All the way to the house. Keaton Kaiser up the middle from 75 yards downtown.
Wow. That's how you get a game started.
You see a penalty flag out there anywhere? I see none.
I do not.
Sideline warning,
Yep,
I believe.
Yep, sideline warning, that's correct.
So Keaton Kaiser, an explosion for the Bobcats. He had several opportunities last week to return a kick and was going cross field. That time he got north and south and got there in a hurry. 75-yard return for a touchdown. And the Bobcats strike quickly.
Well, and as some of our viewers would remember, last time Cambridge visited Meadowbrook 2 years ago, the game started out, Cambridge went up 21-0. Same kind of thing. And then a lot of fireworks early, and then Meadowbrook got back in the game, ended up winning.
One of the Colts has to come off with an equipment issue. They'll make a replacement there as Dylan Hartley comes on for the extra point attempt. The Bobcat offense does not even get on the field before they strike. Everything set. Good snap. Ball down. Kicks up. Count it. And just like that, just 13 seconds into this contest, the Bobcats on top. 7-0. We'll take a quick break. Back with more football on WILE right after this.
This is Ed with Cambridge Overhead Door. If you are building a new home or thinking about replacing your existing garage door, we can help. We have many styles and designs that will enhance the curb appeal of your home. Whether you want standard raised panel doors or our elegant accent wood grain doors that come in a variety of colors, stop by our showroom to see all our options. We are located on State Route 22 in Center beside the pantry door in Delhi. Or give us a call at 432-DOOR. That's 432-3667.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, Bill Kafury, John Valentine, and your Doan Ford scoreboard update. Cats on top 7-0 with that kickoff return by Keaton Kaiser. Now another Valentine Insurance kickoff, just like that. 2 for your money in this first minute, JV.
Yeah, again, what a way to start a game.
Dawson Geese kicking it deep. That's going to be taken back there by Lowry about the 10-yard line. He's going to bring it all the way across the field, 20-25. A flag comes in well behind the play as he'll get out across the 30, but check that flag on that return. Lowry took that one the long way, and they're pointing against the Colts.
Yeah, you would think a hold. I don't know, maybe it was on Reed Johnson, though. Reed got off his block pretty well to make the tackle.
So they point against the Colts. That'll back them up from the 32 to start their first drive of the night. Justice Huey coming on to quarterback the Colts. Landon Kuhn wide to the left. And Rivera at the deep back. 11:40 left here in the first period as the Colts take over at their own 22. Out of the shotgun set. Handoff, Rivera straight ahead, and he'll get back to the 25 and across the 25 near the 27. Pretty good first down carry there, right up the gut.
Yeah, Rivera missed some time last year because of injury, but I know the Colts are excited to have him 100% this year.
2 tight end set again. Rivera straight ahead, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's into the secondary. Out across the 40, taken down out there by the Bobcats, Nathan Schultz. But if he doesn't get him, nobody does, and that'll be a Colts first down. So 2 plays, big yardage, back out to the 42-yard line. Rivera offset to the right side. He'll take the handoff going left to the edge, trying to get to the corner, has it out to the 45, and he'll pick up 6 or 7 on that first down carry.
Not bad, 3 carries, 26 yards already. It's been the same play 3 times.
Penalty? What penalty?
Right, they got rid of that real quick.
Got 6 on the play. 7-0 Bobcats. Colts on the move here, just shy of midfield. Rivera offsets left of Huey, and flags come in. Somebody moved. 2 guys moved for the Colts, and that's going to cost them 5. So that 5-yard penalty will make it 2nd and 9. But the way they're ripping off chunks right now, I don't think you need to do anything different. They've come out with a 2 tight end set, 2 wideouts to spread the field, but they're handling the Bobcats in that 3-man defensive front right now. Bobcats pressing the line with a couple of guys on the outside. Rivera offset to the left and into the neutral zone. The Bobcats will give that 5 right back.
We saw that, 3 or 4 times last week for Cambridge.
I mean, I've coached defensive line for years. Long time ago, but that was always what we said. The ball's in front of you. You don't move it unless it moves.
Sure.
Don't even leave. It's better off if you don't listen to anybody.
Yeah. And you can see the Cambridge defensive side not even looking at the ball. 2nd
and 4. Rivera straight ahead, popped at the line of scrimmage, slips 1 tackle and then slides forward. He'll get 1 or 2, but he was hit in the backfield. Bobcats got quick pressure on him. Looked like Jacob Briggs actually had first contact in there, but he didn't wrap up, and that's been a problem for the Bobcats defensively through their first 2 contests. So 3rd and 3. And the way the Colts have run the ball, you would have to think they're probably thinking 2 downs here to move this ball, even though they're right near the 50-yard line.
Absolutely.
Again, the 2 tight end look. Again, straight ahead, pounding it this time. Braden Black comes in. Black picks up the first down. He's got a little more size at 185, and he popped it straight through, and that's the 2nd Colt first down here. Black will stay in from the Cambridge 45, and he'll get another look. Makes a defender miss at the line of scrimmage before he runs into Eli Edwards. He'll pick up 3, and certainly 4 down territory here as Bobcats try to get in some substitutions and a flag on the play. Going to back the Cats up here. Probably a face mask.
I didn't see. I was writing down the result. But
just where it happened, you'd have to think.
Yeah, you would think,
that might be the case, huh?
But that's way
looking for
behind the play, though.
Personal foul. And that's another automatic first down. Bobcats 26-yard line. Cambridge making a substitution here to go to a 4-man defensive front. Black stays in the backfield, shifts up from the pistol set left of Huey, and Huey will roll that way. Looks down the field, looks to the edge, pressured, and he'll just throw that one away. 1-man route that side. Bobcats had it covered pretty well.
Yeah, it didn't surprise the Cats there rolling out to the wide side. Really only had the 1 receiver in the route. He had a blocker in front of him that might have tried to get out into the flats, but never could get past the defensive line.
Landon Kuhn out there, Jacob Burris on the other side. The only 2 guys been splitting out. Huey will hand it off this time. Black with the stretch play to the edge. Gets to the 25, 20 on his feet. Inside the 20, down to the 10, and dives inside the 10 for another Colt first down to the 8-yard line. Colts started at their own 22, and they have methodically driven it down the field. Only 1 pass play even attempted as Black stays in the game, this time offset to the right. And a mix-up in the backfield. Huey will take it himself and bounce off a couple of tacklers and into the end zone. So Justice Huey doing the smart thing. He looked for Black, who was a step slow getting there, and took it himself right at the hole. Cats didn't get him to the ground, and Huey will take it in.
Yeah, good heads-up play there by Huey. Be able to find a hole and find it quickly.
So extra point attempt will be a try for 2 as the Colts split the field. 2 wides to the left. Back in the backfield, Rivera. And he'll take the handoff left side. Rush to the edge and in untouched for the 2-point conversion. So Rivera adds the 2. The Colts go up by 1. 8:43 left here in the opening period. Yes, we have fireworks. Don't go away. Colts on top 8-7. Back with more high school football on WILE right after this.
September is here and seasons are changing, and so are mortgage rates. Homebuyers are eager to secure the best financing for such a large investment, especially in a challenging housing market. If you have questions, need help understanding the home buying process, you don't have to figure it out all alone. Let a seasoned professional help you make smart home buying decisions. I'm here to make the process as simple as possible for you. Call Candy Reardon at Lee Pine Associates Real Estate, 740-439-6666.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, lots of fireworks early. Cats take the opening kickoff down to take the lead. The Colts come right back and jam it down the field. Took them 9 plays to cover the 78 yards. Justice Huey taking it in from 8 yards out. Rivera's run for 2 made it 8-7. And here we go again. Another Valentine Insurance kickoff coming up. Rivera getting a workout on both sides here, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He squibbed one short last time and went to one of the up-backs, Keaton Kaiser. This time they'll try the onside kick. He didn't get enough of it to go the distance, and that will give the ball to the Bobcats at that spot.
Sure will. Jeez, and why did the Cambridge guys come up to try to field it?
I don't know why either.
My goodness.
But Cambridge will have the ball in Colt territory. Offense first time on the field for Meadowbrook at the Colt 47-yard line. And, they probably seen something on film because the Colts do that on every kickoff. They kind of fake the onside or they kick it deep. They kicked it deep the first time thinking maybe the Cats would drop back quickly there. That did not happen. And the failure to actually kick it 10 yards. So Carpenter will get a chance to bring the offense on for the first time. Clayton Myers in the backfield with him. You'll routinely see the Cats in at least a 4-receiver set. 3 to one side, 1 to the other, and usually that one guy is going to be Devin Ogle, and he is split wide to the right, and he will draw double coverage that side. Carpenter rolls to his left, looks down the field now. He'll tuck it and run and get to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. That little run pass option just had nothing available. Colts played that one very well.
Sure did. Only a 3-man rush for Meadowbrook as well. You dropping back that many guys, you figured there's going to be some open lanes.
Worked for John Glenn a week ago.
It did.
So the Cats again will spread the field, but they put 3 to the short side. Now Ogle is into that short side. And now Edwards in motion shifts to the right. 2-by-2 set. 2nd and 10. Now Ogle across the field. And they'll hand it to him on the jet sweep. He'll cut it up. 45 down near the 40 and inches inside the 40-yard line. Pickup of about 8 for Devin Ogle. We've not seen him carry it on the ground yet this year, but that one pretty positive. And he's a big guy, but he's kind of deceivingly quick. It looks like he's lumbering around out there, but he's gaining yards with those big strides.
Yeah, I mean he's an athlete, right? He can get down the field and still be able to make people miss, and when they come up to hit him, he can certainly lower the boom on them as well.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Cats. 3 wides to the left side. They'll put Kaiser at a tight end on the right. Myers offset left in the backfield. Carpenter back to throw. Steps up in the pocket now. Out of a jersey. Second one again. Fires it in the left flat. Has a man, and that's completed down there to Johnson inside the 20. He'll take it to the 10. Carpenter showing some magic to get out of the hands of a couple of Colts that time. And the Bobcats not only will have a first down, but they'll be in the red zone. 1st and 10 brought to you by WB Green Insurance Company.
He just doesn't look like he gets phased back there in the backfield. He just keeps on
and he keeps
his
eyes down
downfield.
The field. That's something you don't see out of seniors sometimes.
No, absolutely not.
Cats with 5 receivers to the right side. Now Ogle comes across the motion. They'll fake it to him. Carpenter, he'll keep it himself. Dive for the pylon. Did he get in?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. From 12 yards out, Garrett Carpenter with his legs adds the score. Cats showing a lot of different things there. Everybody's attention was to that 5-receiver side. Carpenter just took the edge and scored easily.
And with Ogle going in motion, there's extra eyes on him as well. Look, partner, we're in for a battle tonight.
The defense stayed in the locker rooms, it looks like, on both sides as Hartley comes on for the extra point attempt. And a stoppage. Again. Deshaun Mayo having trouble with that chin strap, and that's twice he's been sent off the field for an equipment problem. Both on extra points, right?
That's correct.
Snaps there, holds down. The kick is up and good. The Bobcats come right back. 4 plays for the Cats to cover the 47 yards on the short field. And Cambridge retakes the lead, 14-8. Back with more high school football on our stream tonight, YRPtv, right after this.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Back at Capers Field here, what a game we have already. We're not even halfway through this first period, 14-8. There's no defense showed up yet. Valentine Insurance kickoff coming up for the 3rd time. Our sponsors tonight getting their money's worth. Rogers Company, Wayne Garage Door, Valentine Insurance, People's Bank, Doan Ford, Candy Reardon Realtor with Lepi and Associates. As it looks like Dawson Geese is ready. Got it to Mayo last time. And heads that way again. Mayo will take it at the 12-yard line, trying to get to his own sideline, out to the 15-20. Now has to get away from a couple of Cats and out to the 30, and a flag comes in again. As Quillen on the stop for the Bobcats, along with Marshall Lashley. And who is this foul on?
Oh, he signaled it was on Cambridge, a holding.
How can there be a hold against the defensive team?
Yeah, you wouldn't think.
Nope, they're going to mark it the other way.
Yeah, he just signaled incorrectly.
So 7:01, Colts with they've had, I think, 3 penalties now. One on the first kickoff. This one on this kickoff. They've had one against them on their last series of plays. This will start back at the 14-yard line. So didn't harm them at all last time. Just made the field a little longer for him.
That's right. 3 penalties for 25 yards so far for Meadowbrook.
Rivera back in the pistol set. 1 tight end set as he'll take it and fake it to him. Kick it out to Mayo. He'll catch it out there. Nice block on the edge there. They're going to call that an illegal block on the crackback.
Yeah, and that's a change the last couple years. If the defender cannot see him coming, you got to hit him with open hands, and he certainly did not. He put the shoulder into him.
So the pass was completed on the outside, and Jacob Burris hauled it in and got up the field. But, yeah, a couple of officials saw that one, and it was out in the middle of the wide open spaces. So the Colts, another penalty here. It's going to back them up a little bit further and make this a longer 1st and 10 to make.
So, again, it's got to be with open hands. If he does that with just his hands, that's a legal block.
You try to really hurt him.
Well, yeah, and that's the
He
point.
put a shoulder on it.
Absolutely. There you go.
They got a new and off from the crowd.
Oh, it was a heck of a hit.
And if the officials didn't see it, they certainly would have heard about it. And
for sure.
So the penalty of the Colts declined. The holding, there were 2 fouls on the play, actually. So that'll take it back to the 7-yard line where it will be 1st down. And about 17. Jeff Riggins had to run over and tell me. He's doing the PA tonight, but he had to run over and tell me because he told me before the game, he said, this is going to be a shootout.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I didn't disagree with it.
Everybody in Guernsey County knew that was coming.
3 wides. Again, they'll fake it. Flip it out to Burris. Out there one-on-one at the 10, and he'll get a couple out of this play. Bobcats defended that a little bit better. Reed Johnson. Check that, Devin Ogle on the play defensively.
Yeah, went right back to the same play. I mean, there's a lot of real estate out there. But this time, Devin Ogle was able to come up and make the stop.
So Black will check into the backfield. Colts will spread the field. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. 2nd and long for Huey. He'll take the snap. Quarterback draw straight ahead into the teeth of the defense. And get it across the 15, near the 16. And a reasonable line to gain now, less than 10 yards, 3rd and about 8. As the Colts will shift things out, 3 receivers split to the left side, 1 to the right. Black will shift up to the left. And the Bobcats movement up front did not get in the neutral zone that time. 3rd and long. Clock ticking away, 5:44 left. Now Black back in the backfield. And Huey back to pass, rush from the pocket down the left side, has to throw it on the run and over the head of his intended receiver, Burris. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Colts, they have to punt it here, deep in their own territory. Yeah, here comes the special teamer. And so the first stop of the night goes to the Bobcat defense. It didn't look like either of the defenses were going to show up here, but the Colts went away from the run game quickly that time.
Well,
something had been helping them.
Yeah, getting behind the sticks like that, it makes it difficult to continue to sustain that run.
Kaiser and Ogle back deep. Back in punt formation, Javon Black. And a flag comes in. And he gets a good piece of this one to Ogle at the 48. Straight up the field, got into Colt territory. Not much there, though. Actually, I think Clendenning on the kick that time, wasn't it? Yeah. He got a big leg on that one.
Yeah.
There is a flag down.
They're looking to the Cambridge sidelines to see if they want to accept or decline a penalty, maybe.
I think where you're at, you want the ball, right? And I think the Cats again will decline another Colts penalty, and that has plagued them early tonight.
Yeah, so far that would have been their 5th penalty.
That's going to give the ball to the Bobcats at the Colt 48-yard line. So Cambridge's offense leading 14-8. Back on the field again here in the first period with 5:25 to go. And for the second time, they will start in plus territory. 3 receivers to the left and one-on-2 coverage, I should say, to the right for Ogle. Carpenter takes the snap, fires it down the middle, had Kaiser there, but Kaiser wasn't looking. And that one right at his feet. He went up the seam that time and found himself some space.
Yeah, and Carpenter's looking into the sun, so maybe that had a little bit to do with it as well.
It looks like it to me. I can't look that way.
Right.
Bobcats 1-by-3 look this time with Myers in the backfield. Edwards in the tight slot to the right side. Colts show and blitz. Now back out of it. Handoff straight ahead to Myers. He'll get a couple as the Bobcats try to push him forward for maybe 2, possibly 3. Got to about the 45, which will bring up 3rd down and 7. And if you're the Cats in this situation, are you thinking, this is maybe 4-down territory? It's the way things have gone for us early. Let's plan on having a couple plays here.
Yeah, but it'd be real nice to be able to pin them deep in their own territory, too.
Low snap. Carpenter will bend down, pick it up, fire it in the left flat, has a man there, and in and out of the hand of his intended man. Reed Johnson had that. That was going to be a 1st down, and Johnson, then there's a late flag came in, I think roughing the passer as Carpenter took a shot that time just as he let go of the ball. And that's indeed what the call is going to be. So the Cats get a break here as once again the Colts with another early penalty tonight. And we talked about penalties in our pregame and how they've hurt Cambridge so far this year. Tonight the Colts are shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, 47 yards in penalties so far for Meadowbrook. And this is a very experienced officiating crew as well. A lot of guys been doing this for a long time. So, and they've made some really good calls so far. And I'm sure that, they're certainly not picking on Cambridge. I mean, Cambridge has 2 penalties. Meadowbrook's got 5, but
1st down via the penalty. Toss sweep right side. Myers gets to the outside and doesn't turn on the Jets there till he gets contacted. And back to the line of scrimmage. It looked like the Cats were going to come up with something there because they were blitzing the middle. Went to the edge and no gain on the play. So 1st and 10, certainly 4-down territory for the Cats here. 4:25 and counting left in this opening period. 14-8 Bobcats, and Cambridge on the move again with 3 receivers set to the right side. Low snap again. Carpenter has to go back, pick it up off the ground, fires it out in the right flat, and completed to Ogle, but a flag came in the middle of that pile. That could be holding on the Bobcats.
Yeah, if it's deep in the backfield like that, just trying to protect him as he's running back to pick the ball up. Oh, we got a personal
Face
foul.
mask on an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. You get your hands up in there, right? So right now, the game being dominated by the guys in stripes. They're just calling what they see, and they see a lot. So that penalty backs the Cats up all the way out near the 45-yard line. 15-yard penalty there. That's a hurt.
Yeah, geez.
Replay the down, but second down and 25 for Cambridge. And they'll spread the field. Ogle wide to the left. He'll draw double coverage there. Underneath, Will Smalley, and deep on top of him is Burris. And this is something the Cats have tried to take advantage of when teams use two players to try to cover up on one.
Yeah, somebody's got to be open, right?
Carpenter calls for some motion. And now takes it himself. He has a hole to the 45, 40, and inside the 35. Now they'll call him down at the 36, so the quarterback drawing. When you get that many guys moving around, the defense starts adjusting. We've seen a little bit more out of Carpenter with his legs in the last game or so. Tonight, a lot more.
Yeah, again, it's not that he can't do it, but you certainly want to limit it as much as you can because you want to keep him healthy.
Got about 10 back there. So 3rd and 15. Cats trying to get chunks of it here. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Good snap this time for Carpenter, trying to get to the edge. Does, fires it down there, has his man. As Ogle will catch it, step out of bounds. He got about half that yardage down to the 27, which will bring up a 4th down for the Bobcats. And this is what they've done all year. Take what the defense gives you. If they're playing you deep, you take what's underneath. And now 4th and about 7.
Yeah, and the key is you didn't have to get a first down. Make it a down where it's a little bit more manageable here on 4th down.
Cat put trip receivers into the short side again. Ogle on the outside. 2 to the right to spread that field out. Look for a guy going down the seam in the middle of the field here, as the Cats have 3 receivers left and only 2 defenders out there.
And you're going to get a timeout here because the play clock's running down.
Yeah, the Bobcats will take the timeout and maybe check the alignment there as they head to the break. We'll take a quick one. 8 for the Colts, 14 for the Cats. Cambridge facing 4th down. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Attention all car seekers, ready to find the perfect new or used car? Look no further than Troy Blair at Dunning Motor Sales, where expert assistance awaits you. Troy Blair is a proud alum of the Meadowbrook Colts. Let him guide you to your dream ride. Troy will ensure you drive away in style with all your questions answered. So don't wait another moment. Visit Dunning Motor Sales today. Experience the difference Troy Blair can make in your car buying journey. You'll be hitting the road in your new vehicle in no time. 740-255-2334.
Field still first period action. 3:06 left, 14-8 Bobcats. Cambridge in cold territory, facing a 4th and 7 at the Meadowbrook 27-yard line. And a timeout taken by the Bobcats. They came to the line, they showed a formation, checked out what the defense said. Let's take a timeout, probably talk about, hey, do we stick with the play we want or do we switch it up? And Cambridge is going to come out in at least a different formation.
Well, and it's, in theory, this is a pretty big play, so you don't want to rush into a play call you're not comfortable with.
5 wide set, 3 to the wide side as Carpenter takes the snap, looks up the field, fires it, has a man in the seam. That's completed like Reed Johnson on the deep square end, and it was. That dig route that they've been working on was very successful a week ago, and Reed Johnson holds it in. I think his first catch of the night, atoning for his second. He had a drop earlier in this drive. That one will give the Bobcats a first down, courtesy of WB Green Insurance, 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. And they'll go with that bunch formation again to the left. 4 receivers to the left, 1-on-1, I should say 1-on-2 to the right. As Carpenter takes the snap, flips it out, has it to Myers. He'll haul it in at the line of scrimmage and get it down near the 5-yard line. So basically just a screen pass, and the Bobcats have a guy down. One of the receivers out there blocking ahead of that play. And I think it might be Edwards. Indeed it is, as he's reeling around out there. So we hope that it's nothing serious in his case. 2:29 left here in the first period. Bobcats will face a 2nd and goal with the injured player on the field. We'll take a timeout. Back with more action on WILE right after this.
Attention all car seekers, ready to find the perfect new or used car? Look no further than Troy Blair at Dunning Motor Sales, where expert assistance awaits you. Troy Blair is a proud alum of the Meadowbrook Colts. Let him guide you to your dream ride. Troy will ensure you drive away in style with all your questions answered. So don't wait another moment. Visit Dunning Motor Sales today. Experience the difference Troy Blair can make in your car buying journey. You'll be hitting the road in your new vehicle in no time. 740-255-2334.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, injury timeout as the Bobcats were down to near the 5 or 6 yard line. And one of the lead blockers on that play, Eli Edwards, one of the captains, senior for the Cats, kind of got crumpled up in that pile. They're tending to his left leg or ankle. You know, the first period, JV, has been an entertaining one. The Bobcats take the opening kickoff. Kaiser 75 yards right down the middle of the field. The extra point was good. The Colts responded 9 plays, 78 yards, their own drive. Justice Huey from 8 yards out. Their try for 2 made it 8-7 Colts, but Cambridge came right back on the short field. Garrett Carpenter capping a 4-play drive with a 12-yard run. And the Cats lead at 14-8 and threatening here, facing a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
Pretty much the fireworks that we expected coming in, right? You knew that Cambridge could move the ball and that Meadowbrook is quick enough on defense to keep up with them, but Cambridge spreads you out. They've got so many weapons. And then on the flip side, Cambridge's defense has been pretty non-existent the last couple games, and Meadowbrook's running game is not that bad, so they can push the ball with the bigger guys up front, and basically that's what we've seen so far.
Edwards being helped off to the sideline as the left leg is the issue. The severity of that unknown to us, but we certainly wish him well, and that is nothing that's serious or long-term for him. As a senior, you hate to see that happen to anybody, but as you well know.
You've lived it, brother.
You've lived it, yes.
Not fun.
2nd and goal from the 6-yard line for the Cats. And the Cats will bring in an extra running back. Quillen into the backfield. So the Cats with 2 running backs in. Couple of wide outs either side. Carpenter flips it out in the left flat, has it to Quillen, and he'll haul it in. And nice open field tackle by the Colts' Cooper McManaway as Quillen had some space but got it down to the 4. And now 3rd and goal for Cambridge from the 4-yard line. 3 wide, split wide to the right. Quillen stays in the backfield. Ogle, 2 guys on him to the left.
Yeah, they don't want to give him that fade route. Look where the defender is.
He's just so big, and he can go up over top of guys.
They're shielding him on both sides.
3rd down for the Cats here. Carpenter takes the snap. Quarterback draw straight ahead, and he'll trot into the end zone. You just take that many guys out of the box to defend the pass, and you can pick a spot. And Carpenter's done it for the 2nd time tonight. His 2nd rushing TD. This one from 4 yards out.
Yeah, good recognition again. Like you said, you spread it out far enough, and again, you double team one receiver to the side. It just opens up that middle, and he was able to see that seam and take it right ahead for 4.
Cats with their 3rd touchdown of this first period. 1:28 still to go. Cats used 9 plays to go 48 yards. The extra point attempt by Dillon. Perfect for the 3rd time. And still time left in this opening period. Bobcats lead it 21-8. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, first period action. Our Doane Ford scoreboard update. 1:28 to go in the first period. Cambridge 21, Meadowbrook 8. As Dawson Geese on for another Valentine Insurance kickoff. He's kicked it twice to Mail on the far sideline. And he'll approach here again. And heading that way again. Mail again outside the hash, going to bring it all the way across the field, trying to get to the edge. And Reed Johnson there to contain him inside the 25-yard line. And we saw the Cats try to do that a week ago, catch it on the far sideline and then try to a lot of teams like to return it to their sideline. Everybody knows that.
Right, yeah. You want
Braylon Lowry.
It's a little bit friendlier confines on your own sideline.
Lowry. I called him a different name, didn't I?
You did.
I did.
You did. I didn't point it out to everybody.
Yeah, Braylon
You called
Lowry.
yourself out.
Yeah, I did. No, I did. They can see it on the video and say, who's that guy, blind?
Right.
1:20 left. The Colts will take over at their own 24-yard line. Rivera in the backfield. Takes it going left, trying to get to the edge. Has it 20, 25, and finally taken down on the outside by the Bobcat defender. That's Riley Wilson. Gain of 4. Again, the Colts run a lot laterally to get a few yards on the edge. Although Rivera's shown good speed.
Well, and remember the first drive, all the runs were right up the gut.
Straight ahead. Again, he'll take it, trying to stretch at the edge, look for a cutback, pop it to the outside, does get there, 30, and up the sideline before he stepped out of bounds, or pushed out of bounds by the Bobcats. Isaiah, check that, Nathan Schultz, the last to get a shot at him, but a gain all the way out to the 40-yard line, and a first down for the Colts. Good block out on the edge that time. Isaiah Mail for the Bobcats got pinned inside and couldn't come up and contain. Last 30 seconds of the corner. It has been an entertaining one. If you've been here with us, you know what we're talking about. 1st and 10. Colts. Braden Black back in the backfield. Motion up front. No flags. Huey back to pass. Fires it. And that's completed. Good coverage. And they're going to say dropped that time by Lowry. Cat defender got there about the same time as the ball. And it will stop the clock with 9 seconds left in this opening period. 2nd and 10.
Huey 0 for 3 on his first 3 attempts. Now, that can't be right. He completed one to Jacob Burris for 3 yards. So he's 1 for 3.
Yeah.
See, I called myself out too.
Yeah, we're having a rough night here early, but we can get better. There's 4 quarters. It's like the 2 nines. Play action on the read that time, and again, the Colts go with the read option on that one and the fake into the line, trying to zip it in to Landon Kuhn, and that was just out in front of him a little too much, and he couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, a little bit too much mustard maybe, a little bit more touch, and that was a nice gainer.
Yeah, he was open.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 10. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. 6 seconds remain in the period. Black will shift up to the right side. Huey will hand it to Black straight ahead. Stopped up in the backfield. Myers shot in, got him by the ankle, and then got help from his teammates. And that's going to bring the first quarter to a close. Colts will face 4th and long when we come back, but trail Cambridge after 1 period. 21-8. More high school football coming up. The Rivalry on WILE 97.7 after this message.
Wayne Door is Ohio's most complete one-stop shop for residential and commercial garage doors, entry doors, windows, and much more. In fact, the list keeps on growing. Garage doors, entry doors, storm doors, access entry systems, vinyl replacement windows, and stone are just some of the things Wayne Door has to offer. Stop by their Cambridge showroom to see their full lineup of premier products in person and work with their team of experts. Wayne Door also offers 24/7 emergency garage door service, and their service department is second to none. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors. Check them out at waynedoor.com.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, 1 period in the books, and it has been a dandy so far. 21-8 Bobcats with the early lead. The opening kickoff return, a couple of Cat drives. Garrett Carpenter with 2 scores. The Colts have answered with a Justin Huey 8-yard run, and now face 4th down at their own 39-yard line. Casey Clendenning on to punt it away. He had a good one last time. As he'll take the snap, step into it. Another high one that's going to float down near the 32. Cats will take it there. Hauled in by Nathan Schultz. And he'll squeeze up ahead for about a 10-yard return from the 34 out near the 44. So a couple of Cats forced into some extra duties tonight with the injury to Eli Edwards, and Schultz is one of them. And he handled some pressure right there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have a fair catch, but he ended up making something out of nothing. How's
the
that?
Cats once again with good field position. They've had the ball at the Colt 47 and 48. This one at their own 45. Still pretty good position. And the Cats have been able to work 2 touchdowns out of their first 2 drives tonight.
And mostly because Garrett Carpenter's been real patient, taking what the defense gives him, whether that's running or hitting those routes, and of course ran for his life a couple times as well and still made some plays.
So Schultz is that new man into the receiver core. They'll bring Ogle across in motion. They'll hand it to him. He'll throw it down the field, intended for Schultz. Good coverage that time by the Colts Burris as he was step for step. Or check that, maybe Nick Norman out there. It was Norman. Step for step that time with Schultz, and the Cats with a little trickeration. Then Ogle showed some arm.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. He's a really good baseball player. He's always been just athletic enough that he can basically do just anything that Coach Leak needs him to.
I think Garrett's done just fine throwing the ball.
Yeah.
He said, you can do that again. Back to pass. In the flat, completed. Kaiser short reception, and then he got a little yards after the catch into Colt territory down to the 48. So Cambridge mixing it up, spreading it around. Got to see Riley Wilson in on that last play as one of the slot backs, and he'll stay in this time. Split out to the right. 3rd down and a long 3. And a 5-receiver set here, letting Carpenter call his shot. If nobody's open, he can probably run it himself, right?
Yep.
And he has tonight. He throws it quickly out to Kaiser. Tries to get to the edge. Cannot get away from that open field tackle. McMahon away again. Nice look on the outside, and that brings up a 4th down. Cambridge leads by 2 scores, but we've seen them line up and go for it in this situation, and also line up here and let the quarterback choose to keep it, run it, or throw it, or punt it.
Well, and Devin Ogle, as the last play as well, had single coverage up there to the top of your screen.
And he's got it right here.
Yeah.
Carpenter checks out the defense, 4th and 4, back to pass, he'll throw it. Out there intended for Ogle, he's got it. He just pulls up in front of the defender, and if you're man-on-man out there, you have to give that guy a cushion. And the Colts did there, and it results in a Bobcat first down, courtesy of WB Green Insurance.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy pitch and catch. If you're going to play off of him 10 yards, remember, it was only 4th and 5. And the previous play was 4th and 4. And to the short side, it was a real easy pickup the last play.
Cats stay full press on offense, 5 wide, 10:45 left in the first half, 21-8 Cambridge, and the Bobcats on the drive again in Colt territory at the 39. They'll relay plays to the outside. A couple fresh faces in there. Wilson gets some help by Kaiser. And Carpenter back to throw again. 3-man rush. Fires it down the left side. Has a man there. Myers was open up that left sideline. And just a little over his head. It would have been a very, very good catch. But Myers unable to come down with it. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, timing was off just a tad there by Myers too. If he waits to jump a little bit, he's got a better chance to catch her.
Cats will stay 5 wide. Ogle and Myers to the left. Wilson, Kaiser, and Schultz split to the right side. Just a 3-man defensive line for the Colts, and they have one linebacker kind of spying on Carpenter. Now they'll bring a guy from the outside. Carpenter will throw in that hole. Find Kaiser, who catches it and is hit immediately, but holds on. Nice defensive play by Cohen Miles, but Kaiser with a great catch holds on, and that'll be a Cambridge first down once again. All those Bobcat first downs brought to you by WB Green Insurance.
So Cats are without Johnson and Edwards on the outside.
Two big players for the Cats. And the Colts jump in. Well, I can't help but laugh on that one. Bobcats draw the Colts into the red zone, the neutral zone. And jumping in there that time, Deshaun Mail, and the Bobcat offensive tackle took a step back, intended to block him, and fell back on his backside. So,
and they're actually going to get
call that on the Bobcats.
Yeah. Well, that move, it has to be a natural movement. It can't simulate the snap.
You're telling me falling down is not a natural movement?
No, I'm
probably.
saying the way he stood up really fast.
Yeah, I get that.
Was trying to draw him offside.
We did better that time.
Yes,
no flag on that particular play.
That's correct.
So a Bobcat penalty. They're second on offense here in the first half. Makes it 1st and 15. Carpenter back to throw. Steps up, flushed out. Will roll to his right, fire it late out in that right flat. Taken down by Black just as he got rid of the ball. And that'll be incomplete. And bring up 2nd and 15. Cambridge has to be thinking they have 4 downs to move the ball here from the Meadowbrook 33-yard line. The Colts defense needs to come up with a stop. They have not stopped the Bobcats so far offensively tonight.
And again, Cambridge doesn't need all 15 yards of it in one shot. You got 3 plays basically here to get that 15 yards.
Again, Ogle's going to draw single coverage, but he's got help to the inside. Looking that way, they'll fire it deep. Ogle jump ball down near the end zone, goes up, nearly had it, and then it goes through his hands and then through the hands of the defender, Jacob Burris, who was right there with him, had good coverage, but Ogle upset with himself because he went up underneath the defender and thought he should have caught it. Well, it looked like he was going to.
He did exactly what he wanted to do, except he jumped just a tad too early. But that would have been a great catch for Devin. But, yeah, he's going to be a little upset with that effort on the timing aspect.
Well, Cambridge is going to try to take advantage, or at least the last couple of plays, take advantage of the one-on-one coverage to Ogle.
Well, and you understand that, but at the same time, you're already at the 30-plus yard line. Take your time, move the ball in short spurts.
5 wides, Carpenter throws it in the left flat, and coming back for it, but not all the way back to it, was Schultz. And again, that timing of that, the Cats without a couple of their starting receivers tonight.
So this is when it comes back to bite you. When you try to hit that long ball a couple times, now all of a sudden you haven't done anything, and it's 4th and 15. And, you know, you can do your little running rugby punt and try to pin the Colts back deep. But, buddy, if you don't get it here, you're giving them pretty decent field position.
4th and 15, 9:22 to go in the half. Carpenter looks back to his left, fires out to the right, has a man there, and almost hauled in by Myers. He got popped just as the ball got there. Good defensive coverage that time by Smalley and Burris, and the Cats are going to turn that one over on downs. Kind of misfired there in the last few plays. That looked promising for the first couple of yards of that drive, but now the Colts are trailing 21-8. A chance to try to get their offense back in gear.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you'll see. They'll get back to doing what they did on that first drive, getting Rivera the ball with a little bit of isolation up front, some traps up front.
Colts have started every one of their drives inside their own territory. This one has been their best starting position tonight at their own 33. They'll spread the field. 3 to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Fake in the backfield to McManaway, tossed out to Lowry. He'll have it at the 40, 45, drags defenders out near the 50-yard line. Finally hauled down out there by Damian Shaw, but that's a Colt first down, and they don't go back to the ground to get it done. They put it up in the air.
Well, again, if you're going to play off of a guy 10, 12 yards, that's a pretty easy decision for Huey.
3 wide to the left again. McManaway straight ahead, powers his way into Cambridge territory. Tackle that time by Deontay Jones. Got about 4. 21-8 Cats. Ball's at the Cambridge 47-yard line. Colts gaining chunks of yardage here in the first couple of plays of the series. McManaway shifts up to the left. 3 receivers to the left. Huey on the keeper. The run pass option. He'll keep it. and take it down near the 40-yard line. Cody Quillen, the leading tackler for the Bobcats, on the stop, along with Cambridge's Taylor Britton. So 1st and 10, second Colts first down of this drive. And again, a handoff straight ahead. This back to Rivera, who weaves his way through defenders, making him miss all the way down to the Cambridge 21. And another first down for the Colts. Now that's where they were hurting the Cats early between the tackles, and they get it done there again. Straight ahead, Rivera again out of the pistol, straight ahead with the cutback, and Quillen will drag him down, but not until he gets about another 4 or 5. And right now the Colt line getting it done up front. They're giving a nice push against that Bobcat front 4. Got about 5 there. Colts trying to cut into this 2-touchdown deficit. Rivera off the right side, cuts it back over the middle, and he'll move the pile down there close to the 12-yard line. And we've seen the Colts in the past start to change it up a little bit. I'm not sure you'll see that late in this drive.
Like I said, I thought they'd come back to it right away, and obviously they have, except for that real big play to Lowry just because it was so wide open.
Braden Black checks in for Rivera, along with Huey in the backfield. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right on this 3rd and short game. And Black will take it off the left side. No Huey on the keeper, flips it out in the right flat. Has a completion out there to Kuhn, makes one man miss it, and into the end zone from 11 yards out. Not only a nice catch on the 3rd and short play, but the run after the catch is what got it done. Landon Kuhn.
Again, good play design there to be able to. I thought Huey was going to keep it the entire time with that little option in the middle, but he saw Kuhn breaking towards the sideline. It was an easy throw for him to get it to him.
Well, the Colts, I mean, Huey had the first down with his feet. As he'll spread the field here, the only guy in the backfield to bring Black back in, fake it to him, take it straight ahead himself, spin away from one defender and into the end zone. So Huey, the run is good. And just like that, the Colts right back in it. 21-16 Cambridge. We'll be back right after that. Yes.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, Friday Night Lights. Scoreboard update brought to you by Doan Ford. 21-16, the Colts, 6 plays, 73 yards. Huey to Landon Kuhn on a 3rd and 1 play. He hauls it in and then used his legs to go the last 10 into the end zone. Huey would add the run for the 2. And here we are, 21-16. Lots of offense tonight, partner. The Colts back to another Valentine Insurance kickoff.
I'm going to have to use the calculator tonight to be able to add these numbers up, which most people know I need to do that anyway.
Colts have attempted an onside kick. This time we'll squib it deep and over the head of the front line. Kaiser will chase it down back at the 22. Try to get to the outside. He has a seam. Flags in. This will all be for naught as Kaiser is going to race down the sideline and be hauled down inside the Colt 40-yard line, but a flag way back at the 27-yard line. And you could just kind of see that coming as the Cats, you know, that you hit that, kick that ball into that dead zone, which they did, and everybody runs to that spot. None of the defenders stayed in their lane. And if there's not a penalty on that play, that would have been a huge special teams play for the Cats. But once again, penalties, as they have been all night tonight, come in play and be a big part of the game.
Oh, yeah, that's a real big one for sure. And most of the big ones have been on Meadowbrook so far. They've got 5 for 47. Once we get this one figured out, Cambridge had 4 for 40 coming into this penalty.
That'll be a big enough one to back them up inside the 20-yard line down to the 16. Worst starting position of the night for the Bobcats, and they've scored 2 of their 3 series and then turned the other on late over on downs, deep end territory. There it looks like Reed Johnson back in the game at receiver. He split out wide to the right. Cats face 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Carpenter takes the snap, fires it out in the left flat, has his man. A flag comes in to the middle of that line as Devin Ogle hauls it in on that deep dig and across the 30. If the play stands, it's a first down, but I don't think it's going to stand. No.
Yeah, it's got to
holding.
be a hold.
And so consecutive penalties by the Bobcats has them backing up. Yeah, they're one of those situations too that we talked about emotion. At this point, the emotion's kind of gone out of the game, the adrenaline, if you will. But sometimes late in a quarter, late in the game, you start getting fatigued and guys get lazy and reach instead of just you moving their feet.
Yep.
So 1st and 20 for the Bobcats as Carpenter steps back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, races up the left side, throws it anyway, and has his man, Devin Ogle, on the deep out. Hauls that one in. And another flag on the play as Norman in coverage. Is this going to be hold again? Might be. Every time you got a quarterback like that, an illegal man downfield for the Bobcats. So 3 penalties on consecutive plays here for the Bobcats.
Consecutive big plays.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they had the ball all the way down in cold territory after the kickoff return, but this is going to place it at the 4-yard line. So 1st and about 23 or 4 or 5 or more. As Carpenter in the backfield, along with Quillen. 4 wide outs. Quillen offset to the right side. Now puts a guy in motion coming across is Myers. Carpenter will roll that way, fire it back across the middle, have Kaiser out across the 10 to the 12. Lowry with a good solid tackle that time. Kaiser will haul it in.
And no laundry.
And no laundry on the play. So the Cats got about 10 back there. 2nd and 13. Carpenter just taking what's there as the Colts play in that umbrella defensively, trying to keep everything in front of them, and they've done that for the most part in this first half.
Yeah, I thought they'd be a little bit more aggressive there at the goal line, try to put more pressure on Garrett, bringing a linebacker or something.
3-by-1 set. Carpenter takes the snap. Again, flushed up in the pocket, throws it down the field. That one underthrown, and he didn't get enough on that one and should have been picked. Nick Norman had his eyes on that one and let it slip through his hands as Carpenter tried to squeeze it in and didn't have much on that one. So 3rd and about 13.
Real difficult throw. Going away from your body to be able to stop and throw it back with some zip. Should have been picked, but if it's another yard deeper, that's
a touchdown. Yeah. Yeah, he puts a little more air under it. So Ogle wide to the left. They'll have one-on-one coverage on the outside. Bobcats with 3 receivers to that left side. Carpenter will take the snap, looking that way, facing the rush, throws it out in the right flat, intended for Myers' hot route, and he just had to get rid of that one. The Colts brought the house that time, and the Bobcats will be faced to punt for the first time tonight.
They must have heard me.
So 5:26 to go in the half. The Colts trying to get possession here and position that they can punch one in. He steps in, or check that, Matthews in punt formation. Lowry back deep at the 45. Snapped over his head. He'll chase it down and drop it in the end zone. The Colts pop on it. Still loose there. Let's see what the officials call. Touchdown, Colts. Let's see who came up with it, though, partner. Smalley, Will Smalley. And that's the inexperience of having a young guy back there kicking for you that we're both saying in our head, fall on it, take the safety, right? You fall on it, take the safety. And the Colts instead will pick up 6 to take a 1-point lead, and now the try for 2. Huey alone in the backfield. Now brings Revere across in motion. Will hand it off to him. He'll make the cutback and take it in. The Colts try is good. And a recovered fumble is a big play. 5:20 left to go in the first half. The Colts come back to take the lead 24-21. We'll be back right after this.
Hey there, listeners. It's time to step onto the field of mental wellness with Southeastern Ohio Counseling. Just like a football team needs a strong game plan, your mental health journey deserves expert guidance. Our all-star clinicians are ready to tackle your challenges. From anxiety to relationship issues, they've got a playbook to help you navigate life's tough plays. Don't wait on the sidelines. Reach out today to make a winning move for your mental health. Southeastern Ohio Counseling, where every step forward is a touchdown for your well-being.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, and the thunder and lightning continues, and not in a literal sense, but the Colts strike with a defensive score. Will Smalley recovering the fumble in the end zone for the 6-point score. The extra point try good. It is 24-21 Meadowbrook after being down 21-8.
Well, again, flashbacks of 2 years ago when we were here, partner, when Cambridge was up 21-0 on a defensive fumble returned for a touchdown, and then a kickoff returned for a touchdown. We've had a defensive score tonight and a kickoff return score tonight as well. So real reminiscent from a couple years ago.
Another Valentine Insurance kickoff, and again the Colts put pressure on you right away as they approach. They'll kick this one deep again. Kaiser will take it on the one hop at the 30, trying to get to the edge, and they'll be drugged down out near the 34-yard line. Open field tackle that time by Joey Ochoa. The Cats down for the first time in a while. Have 24-21, have plenty of time left, 5:15 to go in this first half. Bobcats in their last possession, 3 and out for the only time tonight. Start this drive their own 34.
Yeah, the last 2 possessions, they sputtered a little bit when they had the ball down here, and they tried to go deep a couple times. And then obviously the last possession, so they need to put a drive together here if they want to go into halftime on a good note.
Johnson in the game, he splits out to the right. And timeout Colts, because I don't think they had the proper personnel in the game. So let's kind of revamp our scoring here and let you know who some of our game sponsors are tonight. Guernsey Muskingum Electric Co-op, Dunkin' Donuts of Cambridge, People's Bank, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, known for People's Bank, Valentine Insurance, Surgeon Construction, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Stoney's RV Center, and a host of others. First half action, 24-21. Colts coming from behind as the Cats took the early lead tonight, 7-0. Keaton Kaiser returning the opening touchdown for the TD, 75-yard, but Meadowbrook right back on the ensuing drive for the score, making it 8-7. And then the Cats back-to-back scores by Garrett Carpenter before the Colts got back-to-back scores, one on offense and one on defense to retake that lead. Just the game we kind of expected as the Cats come in and Carpenter directing traffic to his young receivers. And I don't think the Cats have enough guys on the field, do they? They do. Okay, they had a 12th guy out there. They'll put Ogle in motion and then go away from him to Reed, who will haul it in and take it up over the 40 near the 44. And penalty flags come in right on the Colts sideline. And let's see who that's going to be again. I think the Colts, as they're walking backwards, they're giving the number 4, Braden Black, personal foul. So not only a first down gain on the play by the Bobcats, you'll move the ball down another 15 yards. And again, the Colts hurting themselves with penalties down to the Colt 41-yard line. So in effect, a 25-yard play.
Yeah.
So the Cats with 1st and 10 are putting Devin Ogle in the backfield and using him out of the backfield so the defense can't focus on him as much. He'll line up in that tailback spot and now in motion off to the left side. They'll take McMahon away with him. They'll throw it down the middle to Kaiser. He'll have it and then take the big hit by Lowry, but hold on. And Keaton Kaiser rolling there. He took one to the super flex that time. And probably got the wind knocked out of him. It knocked the wind out of me.
Yeah. We can see it coming, too.
Yeah. You lead him right up there. And that pass led him right into the safety. And Kaiser still down as he took the hit right to the torso area. 4:47 left here. That will be a Bobcat first down brought to you by WB Green Insurance Company with the Cats trailing now by 3. It will be first and 10 at the 27 of the Colts. And plenty of time left here as they tend to Kaiser on the field. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this.
What is a cooperative? A cooperative like Guernsey Muskingum Electric is your local rural electric provider. The owners are not investors on Wall Street. They are actual members using the electricity. Decisions are made by local directors who know, listen, and care about their neighbors. A cooperative is not driven by profit or stock prices. Instead, they are driven by providing safe, reliable electricity at a reasonable price. That's the cooperative difference. Guernsey Muskingum Electric, your touchstone energy cooperative.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Capers Field here at Meadowbrook High School, and Kaiser still down as they tend to him there. And he's taken a couple of hits like that tonight, JV, as he's taken that pass over the middle. And last week he had one of those, and he saw the defender come and he dropped it. Tonight he's taken a couple of hits, but he's held on to the ball. This one he's a little bit slow to recover from. They'll help him to his feet. Cats have already had injuries to a couple of their receiving core tonight, and Kaiser will get up and make his way to the sideline with a little help. Kind of wobbly there.
Well, good clean hit. I mean, he put his shoulder pad right in his gut, did exactly what he was supposed to do. Really surprised that Kaiser held on to the ball.
Yeah. That was the toughest part. You catch it, then you know you're going to get hit, and he did.
Right. Usually it doesn't hurt as bad, though, if you make sure you hang on to it.
Next man up for the Bobcat, Damian Shaw, takes him a little deeper into that receiving core, and Ogle will stay in the backfield here on 1st and 10, and they've kind of used him as a decoy here a little bit. As he'll stay back there now on the draw play, handing off to him. He'll break a couple of tackles down to the 25, stays on his feet near the 20, and then puts the ball on the ground. And the Colts think they came up with it. Let's say if the officials agree. Was it a fumble or did the ground cause it? And there is a discussion.
I didn't hear a whistle.
And apparently it is still Cambridge ball. We got it on the replay.
I was about to say, the only issue with having Ogle back there is he's
draw
not
play
used
up
to it.
there, and looked like he might have hit the ground before the ball came out. He'll go in motion this time on 2nd and short. Carpenter under pressure, going to be drugged down. Sack.
And that'll be a horse collar.
Deshaun Mail. And did they throw a flag on the play?
Yep.
I think they did, and that would be a horse collar, as you said. They grabbed him by the back of the shoulder pads and drug him down. So a big play defensively will turn into a penalty. Personal foul action.
I mean, it's an easy call if you get up by the helmet in the shoulder pad area. The only issue is you have to pull him backwards or sideways. If you pull him forward, it's not a penalty. It's got to go backwards.
They did pull him backwards that time.
That's correct.
That's going to move the sticks. Another penalty. First down. Second tonight, the Colts defense is given to Bobcat. All first downs, including penalties. Brought to you by WB Green Insurance. 1st and 10 for the Cats, just outside the 10. Ogle stays in the backfield. Carpenter will look away from him. Now flushed up in the pocket. Goes down. Clendenning will haul him inside the 10. Got down to the 9. Carpenter, a little hesitation that time. He might have gotten a little more had he moved quicker to pull it down. And he's got to be careful the way he carries that ball out there, too.
He's real lucky that Clendenning didn't rip that ball from behind him. But, as a runner, you have no idea the guy's behind you.
Right behind you.
Yeah.
3:40 and counting. Cambridge trying to answer the last score by the Colts that gave them the 24-21 lead. 2nd and 10. They can pick up a first down just inside the 2-yard line. 3 wides, 4 to the right as they bring Ogle across in motion. He'll turn up on the left side. They'll look to him, throw it to him in the left flat. He'll haul it in, and then it's just strength on strength as he got it down near the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Bringing up 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, that's a great adjustment by Devin Ogle, too, to come back and get that ball.
Thrown way behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Not only did he caught it, but he almost battled his way through a tackle. Again, he's in the slot of a 4-receiver set to the right. Colts keeping an extra man in the box here for Carpenter's Wheels.
Look for some pressure out of
And
those
he'll
linebackers.
take the snap, and he will run it. Cut back to his left, into the end zone. Garrett Carpenter for the 3rd rushing score of the night. He didn't hesitate that time as he shoots up the middle with 2:38 to go. The Bobcats come back and answer. Carpenter that time from about 5 yards out. Garrett Carpenter showing he's got some elusiveness.
Yeah.
He made a nice little cut back to the left there. You saw it on the replay.
Yeah.
And, of course, instead of taking a hit, he's a smart guy.
Yeah, he'll learn. He'll get smarter the more hits he takes.
Hartley on for the extra point attempt. Everything looks good from here. The officials agree, and the Bobcats at the 2:38 mark respond and retake the lead 28-24. Long drive for the Bobcats from their own 34, a 66-yard drive, but it only took them 6 plays to get to pay dirt. More football action coming up for you on WILE. The rivalry right after this.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
Back at Capers Field, more fireworks, 28-24. Bobcats come back on your Doane Ford scoreboard update, and now Geese on for the ensuing kickoff. This one from the left hash. And let's see where he heads, down the sideline, and going to drive Burris all the way back to the 5, and a flag comes in. Somebody offside, yes. Bobcats will back up 5 here.
It's just crazy.
Adam backing up way back there.
And that's something we talked about, what happened to Cambridge last week. Just goofy penalties like that I think is just
5
the
yards
inexperience.
here, 5 yards there. So Geese will drop back. Another Valentine Insurance kickoff attempt. With 2:38 to go in the first half. Burris on that far sideline. It was angled to him last time, and they drove him inside the 10. Geese has shown pretty good leg here a couple of times this year. He will approach again and again, headed that way. And this was going to actually be taken by Lowry at the 20. Works to the left side, trying to get to the edge. Has the left sideline and taken down. And a flag comes in on the late hit. Isaiah Mayle hooked up with him right at the sideline, but then took him down and drove him to the turf out of play. And that's going to tack on another 15. So with 2:30 left in the half, the Colts are going to find themselves in a great situation offensively, having just scored a few minutes ago. Defensively,
9 penalties for Cambridge, 83 yards, 7 penalties for Meadowbrook, 78 yards.
so the Colts will have their best field position of the night inside the Bobcat 40-yard line. They will mark the ball for play at the 34.
With plenty of time left and 2 timeouts.
The way things are going, there's plenty of time for both these teams to score again.
Right.
Huey And the backfield, 3 receivers offset to his right, 1 to the left, and the single setback behind him. Is Rivera, who has shifted up beside him most of the night. We'll see what happens here as he does, off to the right. Colts have damaged the Bobcats going straight at him, and they will so here. Rivera starts inside, then cuts it straight up the field inside the 30. Again, Cody Quillen on the stop. He came in here with double-digit tackles in both his first 2 games, and he's almost there again tonight. Gain of about 8 on that first down play. Rivera stays in the game, offset to the left this time. And he'll head off to the right side. Cut it up the field. First down to Moore. 20, 15, 10! And taken down inside the 10-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle by Bryson Anderson. Rivera. Boom! Shot out of a cannon that time. First and goal from the 6-yard line. Once again, the play action and fake to Rivera, and the pass completed. Wow. Lowry will haul it in. He had to dive to catch it down at the 1-yard line, and all that does is pick up 5. Doesn't get it in the end zone, but it does let the clock continue to run. 1:40. As Rivera did all the work, he'll check out now, and Braden Black will step in. You know they want to eat up a little play clock here before they punch it in the end zone.
Well, Black's a little bigger body to be able to take some of that punishment.
He will step into a pistol set. Play clock down to 8. Straight ahead. Black lowers the shoulders and he'll punch it in. A lot of TDs on the board here in the first half as the Colts once again come back and take the lead. A short drive here, just 34 yards, and it only takes 4 plays to get it done. Braden Black from a yard out. And now the try for 2. Black will stay in the game. 3 receivers to the right. He'll shift up off the right side of Huey. They'll still check the sideline for a play call. And they'll have it. And it will be Huey on the quarterback keeper off the right side. It's a pile of defenders, and they'll say he did not get in the end zone. Short of that spot, so the try for 2, no good. 30-28, Colts come back to retake the lead. I'm running out of room on my paper. We'll be back after this.
Hey football fans, Laborers Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, 70 seconds left in this first half. And the Colts get in on the board again. Your Doan Ford scoreboard update. Braden Black from a yard out. The try for 2, no good. 2-point game is Rivera back on for another kickoff attempt. These have been an adventure both ways tonight with penalties, and the Cats have returned one for a score. Now with Keaton Kaiser out of the game, it's going to be Ogle back deep, and they will squib this one right to an up back, and one of the Bobcat up guys will just fall right on it, and that was Deontay Jones. Hit him in the chest. He took it like a man, but the Bobcats will take it too for great field position right at the 50-yard line.
Wow.
So I don't know if I was kidding a moment ago when I said
no,
there's enough time for both these teams to score, but there is.
There certainly is now that, you just, why not kick it to an open field? Only one guy back deep.
Yeah, make him chase it
side.
down, and then,
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if that was the intention.
Well, he kicked it kind of hard, so maybe he was, and just kind of missed it.
1:07 remains in the first half, and a seesaw affair. Cats' biggest lead has been 2 scores.
Yeah, Cambridge has 2 timeouts left.
And they've shown a propensity to get it up and down the field here. They keep people healthy. 5 wides. Carpenter, 3-man rush, steps up, looks to his left, fires it out in that flat and over the head of Devin Ogle. They had a bunch of guys going deep. Carpenter couldn't find anybody open. Meadowbrook tonight has played that deep zone almost to perfection. They're just not letting anybody get over the top of them.
Well, you got 2 timeouts left. No reason you can't use the middle of the field with that 15, 20-yard dig route that Johnson has been running the last couple games. Something across the middle. You got 2 timeouts left.
Ogle split wide to the left, 3 wides to the right. Carpenter steps up under pressure, and he's going to go down. Bobcats having trouble handling the 3-man rush now. The Colts are coming with some quicker guys, and one of them down on this play will stop the clock with the injury with 49 seconds here. Might have been the guy that came in and made the play. It looks like he's got a cramp. Denny to Clendenning in there. Colton Snyder, another one of those defenders. It might be Yeagle. Nope, I see him standing up. The other guy would probably be Deshaun Mayle, probably. So 49 seconds left to go in the half. 3rd and 11 for the Bobcats. Down 2 points here at the half, 30-28. Kind of figured that might be the final score tonight, somewhere in that neighborhood, but I think we're going to be far beyond that by the end of the night.
Yeah, you would assume that they'll settle down a little bit in the second half. However, they're going to be more tired too. And as you mentioned earlier, that once you get tired, you start getting a little lazy and arms start flying around and you miss a lot of tackles.
Yep, Deshaun Mayle. And I'll give him something to drink. Maybe pickle juice. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Here, drink this. You'll be better. He said, I'm ready to go. Yep, put the helmet on. Back play will be next play will be in there. 3rd and long. 5 wide for the Bobcats. As the Colts showing 5 in the box, they'll back out of it. Carpenter will step up, fire it deep down the right side. Jump ball, and Ogle will go up and bring it down inside of all the defenders. Devin Ogle for the first down and a deep play down to the 20-yard line as they will hustle into position, reset the chains. Haven't wound the clock into play yet. Bobcats will stay 5 wide. And Ogle will get a little extra attention defensively. Carpenter back to throw again. Fires it in the corner of the end zone. And Ogle gave up on it. I'm not sure he could see the ball. And that's going to be picked. Ogle just quit on it. The defender chased it down and hauled it in. And I couldn't see if that was. Yeah, Burris with the pick. And I don't know. I think Carpenter threw that where he thought Ogle would be, and he just didn't go there.
Yeah, it was definitely what he was hoping for. Another
communication problem.
Yep.
And so 29 seconds to go in the half. The Colts defense comes up with a stop. A big one there to come up with the ball as the Cats looked like they were going to put points on the board. And the Colts will have the ball and see if they just want to run the clock out and take the lead to halftime. They'll have the ball to start the second half as well, but Huey's going to go back to pass. He's going to fire it out. That's completed to Norman, who will have it across the 30 out near the 38-yard line. So a 1st and 10 Colts. Stop the clock at 21 seconds. Bobcat defense here with a lot of substitutes in the game with injuries. You can't have a breakdown here. Huey will throw it down the left side, has a man there, hauled in. Is that completed? It is. Norman beating one of those backups. Bryson Anderson just got over the top of him, hauled it in, and that was an over-the-shoulder grab that was pretty tough. 9 seconds left in the half. Huey has been on the money with 2 throws here. Devin Ogle back deep for the Cats, stands at the 10-yard line. Now the Cats will put a little pressure on. And a screen play back to the left and in and out of the hands of Rivera. They had it set up too.
Sure did.
And now he comes down with a cramp. He had 3 linemen out in front of him. If he hauls that one in, they likely block him all the way to the end zone if he doesn't cramp up, which he just did. And he'll have to come out of the game here. 5 seconds remain in the half. The Colts will have one more try probably to get in the end zone here from the 34-yard line. There has been no shortage of excitement in this first half and no shortage of mistakes either by both these teams.
Man, I'm just looking at my phone. It's only 8:25. It feels like it should be about midnight. We have been all
I feel like
over
we've
the
been a
field.
whole game, huh?
Yes, for sure.
A lot of scoring, not a lot of turnovers. The only turnover we've had tonight is the one on the last possession by the Bobcats. And that one just kind of a miscommunication play.
Yep, and the touchdown.
And the
Meadowbrook
touchdown
down here.
as well.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple there. And they have hurt the Bobcats. Probably a 2-touchdown swing on those plays. But both teams tonight have been their own worst enemy with penalties and some poor execution because of that, as they continue to work on Rivera's leg. And it was warm tonight at the beginning of this game like the early season games were.
Yeah, first day of September, right? Today is the first. Still pretty warm in the month of September, those first couple games.
Rivera trying to get off to the sideline without a cramping on him again. And, you know, I don't know about you. I've had a couple of those in my younger days. Now I get them in the middle of the night. But once they start coming on, it's hard to get rid of them during the game. So the Colts will spread the field here. Huey back deep himself here to will swing it down the field. They got 3 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Cats have 3 deep safeties. Huey steps up, fires it down the left sideline, and in and out of the hands of Bryson Anderson, the Bobcat defender, but that will fall incomplete and in the half. Colts lead it at halftime, 30-28. We're going to take a break, get you caught up on scores around the area. Our ONN halftime show coming up as well. We'll have plenty of time to add up all our stats, scoring, and give our voices a break, I guess, too. We need that as well. Halftime score, Meadowbrook 30, Cambridge 28. Don't go away here. Get your electrolytes in you. We got a big half coming up. We'll be back after this.
Cambridge Auto Sales would like to wish all the local football teams good luck this football season. Visit Cambridge Auto Sales for reliable vehicles at unbeatable prices. You'll find great selection, top-notch service, and amazing deals at your local Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. Come check out their selection of pre-owned vehicles today. For more information, give them a call, 740-255-5344, or visit their website, cambridge-autosales.com. Go Bobcats! Fall means cooler temperatures and the changing of the seasons. The Rogers Company is ready with all heating services. They install furnaces, geothermal, ductless systems for both residential and commercial. They provide repairs and maintenance to all makes and models. On the commercial side, they're the area's refrigeration company. Put the Rogers Company team to work for you. Call 740-685-8677. The Rogers Company says, go Colts! Raider Rehab in Byesville wants to wish the Meadowbrook football team good luck as they enter the 2023 season. Raider Rehab is Byesville area's only outpatient physical therapy clinic providing quality, patient-centered, one-on-one care, accepting all insurances and no waiting list. Experience quality care today, only at Raider Rehab. For more information, visit their website at raiderrehabpt.com or give them a call, 740-685-9800. Go Colts!
This is Ed with Cambridge Overhead Door. If you are building a new home or thinking about replacing your existing garage door, we can help. We have many styles and designs that will enhance the curb appeal of your home. Whether you want standard raised panel doors or our elegant accent wood grain doors that come in a variety of colors, stop by our showroom to see all our options. We are located on State Route 22 in Center beside the pantry door in Delhi. Or give us a call at 432-DOOR. That's 432-3667.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77 Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
Unveil a new perspective with Forshee Air Picks. Their FAA-certified drone pilot captures breathtaking shots that elevate your moments. From dreamy weddings to stunning landscapes, real estate wonders to towering constructions or home inspection pictures, they've got it covered. Let them soar to new heights for you because they get the pictures you can't reach. Call 581-0919 and see your world from above with Forshee Air Picks. Cambridge Auto Sales would like to wish all the local football teams good luck this football season. Visit Cambridge Auto Sales for reliable vehicles at unbeatable prices. You'll find great selection, top-notch service, and amazing deals at your local Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. Come check out their selection of pre-owned vehicles today. For more information, give them a call, 740-255-5344, or visit their website, cambridge-autosales.com. Go Bobcats!
In today's marketplace, you have many choices for insurance. WB Green Insurance, a representative of Westfield Insurance, is committed to providing you with excellent coverage for your home and auto at a fair and competitive price. Westfield has been in the neighborhood for over 150 years, providing peace of mind and quality insurance products through independent insurance professionals. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield's pledge to their customers. Call WB Green Insurance today.
Hey football fans, Laborers, Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level. And a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Hey Cambridge, your local Dunkin' is hiring. And while everybody knows that America runs on Dunkin', not everyone knows what Dunkin' runs on. We run on incredible crew members, flexible working hours, community spirit, career opportunities, affordable education opportunities, owners that work with you, and a whole lot of other perks. Want to come run with us? Text DONUTSCOLES, that's Donuts Coles, to 85000. America runs on Dunkin', and Dunkin' runs on you. Cambridge Dunkin' is locally owned and operated.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut-rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
I'm not buying till I checked on Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77 Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville, off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Hi, Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
September is here and seasons are changing, and so are mortgage rates. Home buyers are eager to secure the best financing for such a large investment, especially in a challenging housing market. If you have questions, need help understanding the home buying process, you don't have to figure it out all alone. Let a seasoned professional help you make smart home buying decisions. I'm here to make the process as simple as possible for you. Call Candy Reardon at Lee Pine Associates Real Estate, 740-439-6666.
Attention all car seekers, ready to find the perfect new or used car? Look no further than Troy Blair at Dunning Motor Sales, where expert assistance awaits you. Troy Blair is a proud alum of the Meadowbrook Colts. Let him guide you to your dream ride. Troy will ensure you drive away in style with all your questions answered. So don't wait another moment. Visit Dunning Motor Sales today. Experience the difference Troy Blair can make in your car buying journey. You'll be hitting the road in your new vehicle in no time. 740-255-2334.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
Wayne Door is Ohio's most complete one-stop shop for residential and commercial garage doors, entry doors, windows, and much more. In fact, the list keeps on growing. Garage doors, entry doors, storm doors, access entry systems, vinyl replacement windows, and stone are just some of the things Wayne Door has to offer. Stop by their Cambridge showroom to see their full lineup of premier products in person and work with their team of experts. Wayne Door also offers 24/7 emergency garage door service, and their service department is second to none. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors. Check them out at waynedoor.com.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
I was sitting in my car and it...
Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Hey football fans, Laborers, Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214 Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Myra Shearer? Myra who?
Hi, I'm Myra Shire, and I'm running to be the next judge of the Cambridge Municipal Court. No matter how you pronounce my last name, most people know me as Myra, a dedicated public servant. Myra, the assistant law director. Myra, a community volunteer with my husband Jeff. If elected judge, I promise that I will serve Guernsey County with honesty and integrity. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 7th.
Vote Myra in November for Municipal Court Judge. Paid for by Myra Shire for Judge.
This is Ed with Cambridge Overhead Door. If you are building a new home or thinking about replacing your existing garage door, we can help. We have many styles and designs that will enhance the curb appeal of your home. Whether you want standard raised panel doors or our elegant accent wood grain doors that come in a variety of colors, stop by our showroom to see all our options. We are located on State Route 22 in Center beside the pantry door in Delhi. Or give us a call at 432-DOOR. That's 432-3667.
September is here and seasons are changing, and so are mortgage rates. Homebuyers are eager to secure the best financing for such a large investment, especially in a challenging housing market. If you have questions, need help understanding the home buying process, you don't have to figure it out all alone. Let a seasoned professional help you make smart home buying decisions. I'm here to make the process as simple as possible for you. Call Candy Rudin at Leapine Associates Real Estate, 740-439-6666.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Welcome back. Halftime action here at Eugene Capers Field. Bill Kafury, John Valentine at halftime. 30-28. Meadowbrook on top of Cambridge. You're listening to our Stoney's RV halftime report. A lot of scoring in that first half. I think, JV, there's been so much action in this first half, people should go back to the ticket counter and pay again, because they've gotten their money's worth in just a half of football, no matter what happens in this second half. There has been plenty to talk about, and we got plenty of time to do it. I want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game: People's Bank, Dunkin' Donuts of Cambridge, WB Green Insurance, Troy Blair with Dunning Motor Sales, Myra Shire for Municipal Judge, Southeastern Ohio Counseling, Raider Rehab and Wellness Center, Surgeon Construction. Both bands entertaining the fans here, and a good crowd on hand, and a beautiful night for football at Eugene Capers Field. Scoring tonight breaks down like this. The Bobcats got on the board just 13 seconds in. Keaton Kaiser, 75-yard kickoff return right up the gut. Extra point made it 17-0. Colts took the ensuing kickoff and marched 78 yards in 9 plays. Justice Huey running it in from 8 yards out. Rivera's extra point run made it 8-7 Colts. Then the Cats got consecutive scores from Garrett Carpenter at the 7-minute mark of the first period. 4 plays, 47 yards. Extra point made it 14-7. Carpenter with 1:28 left in the opening period. This one from 4 yards, capping a 9-play, 48-yard drive. 21-8, but the Colts would not go quietly into the night. Camden Kuhn, 11-yard pass from Huey on a 3rd and 1. Kuhn would haul it in for a yard gain, but did the rest with his legs. Huey ran in the extra point try. 21-16, the gap closed. And then the Colts again at the 5:20 mark of the second period. A recovered fumble on a punt attempt by the Bobcats in the end zone. Will Smalley came up with it. The try for 2 was good. Rivera attacking this one on, and the Colts retook the lead 24-21. Cambridge came right back at the 2:38 mark of the second period. Kind of sounds like a heavyweight fight, doesn't it? Just back and forth. Landon haymakers, 5-yard run by Carpenter, capping a 6-play, 66-yard drive. The extra point made it 28-24. And with 1:10 to go in the half, the Colts would drive it right back down the field. A couple of big pass plays, got them in position, and Braden Black punched it in from a yard out with just 1:10 to go. 4 plays, 34 yards, a lot of penalties involved there for the Bobcats to give the Colts that break. And then Cambridge with a chance. They got the ball back on their last possession of the half, drove it all the way down to the Colt 20, 30-yard line, threw one into the end zone that there was some miscommunication on, and The defender didn't give up on the play. The offensive player for the Bobcats did, and the interception gave the Colts the stop and the lead at halftime, 30-28. And, boy, a lot of things happened well for both teams in that first half, and a lot of things happened not so well for both teams. And I think one of the things that we have to talk a little bit about here at halftime is the injury situation that the Bobcats face. They're down 2 or 3 receivers here at halftime. They lost Eli Edwards early to a ankle or a leg injury, and then halfway through that second period, Keaton Kaiser goes down after a big hit. And they've got a lot of young guys playing varsity action that haven't been in maybe except special teams.
Yeah, and you can see the difference because those last couple drives that Cambridge had, there was a lot of confusion, and you saw that Carpenter was trying to make a point to get the ball more to Devin Ogle. So, and that may have caused the issue down there, the interception before the half, because the other inexperienced kids running around not knowing what they're doing, people telling other kids what the plays are. So a lot of substitution. Hopefully some of those other guys can get back in the game. Reed Johnson missed some time as well. So Cambridge struggling a little bit on the offensive end because of those injuries. But, you know, the biggest thing that sticks out to me, we knew it was going to be fireworks. We knew it was going to be back and forth. The difference is, man, there's just so many penalties, and it's costing both teams. It has cost both teams, really, some opportunities to score. Cambridge with 9 penalties already, 83 yards. Meadowbrook with 7 penalties, 73 yards. It really hurt Cambridge on Meadowbrook's last score. After Cambridge scored, Meadowbrook returns the kick all the way to the, 45 or something of Cambridge, and then there's a late hit. So they had another 15 yards on top of that, just a couple minutes to score. So you gave them that score basically, and then the other difference again, that turnover there at the end of the half. Again, we were talking off camera, you got a minute to go and you got 2 timeouts. No reason to push it. No reason to try to throw the ball in the end zone. You're at the 25, 30-yard line. Take your time, pick them apart, spread the defense out because Meadowbrook's getting more courageous and starting to put more pressure on Carpenter. And it's working out for them because the inexperience on the receiving end and more pressure you're putting on an inexperienced quarterback anyway, it's starting to show some success for Meadowbrook.
Yeah, both teams have moved the ball pretty efficiently on offense. The Colts had 6 possessions in the first half. They scored touchdowns on 3 of those, had to punt it a couple times and ended up with it at the half. Bobcats in 6 possessions scored 3 touchdowns. They had 1 drive and deep in Colt territory on downs and threw an interception in the end zone on the other. So obviously Garrett Carpenter's got Cambridge clicking irregardless of the injuries on the field. He's, again, looked pretty poised. He's made a couple of mistakes, and a couple of things have happened that weren't necessarily his fault. But once again, the young kid continues to grow. And on the other side, I think I've been impressed, too, with Justice Huey's play. He's played very smartly, made some nice pass plays, has used his feet a couple of times to make plays when they broke down. And so both quarterbacks have played pretty well tonight. Neither team has run the ball as efficiently as they could. The Colts started out early just pounding the Cats and then got away from that. I think towards the end of the first half, they went back to that a little bit and they found some success.
Yeah, and success in Dalen Rivera. I mean, the guys run the ball 14 times for 116 yards already and 2 PATs. Meadowbrook 23 carries on the ground, 171 yards. 2 TDs and 3 PATs in that first half. So they've obviously controlled the line of scrimmage, and we knew that, again, coming in. They've got some bigger bodies up front, and that's, look, moving forward, it's going to be pretty obvious that every team's going to try to run the ball against Cambridge. So we knew that coming in, and the Colts have not disappointed. They've executed their game plan on the offensive end, I think, just about to perfection. I mean, as you mentioned, Huey's 6 for 11. Only 80 yards, but they're not trying to push the ball down the field. He's hitting those short out routes and hit Lowry, that big one there, to jumpstart that drive late. And then Nick Norman had the 2 catches in a row on consecutive plays. Those were his only 2 catches in the half, their leading receiver. But they were both big ones, 2 catches, 44 yards. And you mentioned Landon Kuhn with that touchdown. Cambridge, 11 rushes, only 50 yards on the ground, but they do have the 3 scores that you mentioned. Carpenter, with all 3 of them, he leads the way with 34 yards. As you mentioned, through the air, he's 14 for 24. 165 yards, and then they'll pick there late. Leading the way receiving-wise was Keaton Kaiser, you mentioned. He's got 5 catches, 38 yards. Devin Ogle, 5 catches, 66 yards. And Reed Johnson, 3 catches, 65. So that's 2 of the 3 leading receivers that were not on the field there those last few drives for Cambridge. So some new guys out there are going to have to figure it out really quick because Cambridge is down. They're going to have to continue to try to push the ball down the field, limit your turnovers. Cambridge is going to have to make a couple stops on the defensive end. And if you're Meadowbrook, why in the world would you change what you're doing? Just keep pounding the ball.
Mixed it up a little bit. But for the most part, they had good success. Now, the question marks on the Colts side is how will Rivera run the second half with that leg cramp? He went out late in the half with a pretty severe leg cramp, so something they probably tried to attend to. You can only hydrate so much during the game. And will that pop up on him again? And then they rely a little bit more on Braden Black, who hasn't been bad.
No.
He's pounded in there for some tough yards. And the Colts have certainly won the battle at the line of scrimmage tonight. Can the Bobcats have enough in the tank to hang around for a while? Because they looked like they were reeling on the ropes at the end of that first half.
Sure did, yeah. You could tell they were a little winded. And, when you run up and down the field that much with that much scoring and you have some new bodies in the game, you're certainly going to get tired. But, yeah, interesting. Second half on the way, buddy.
Well, both coaching staffs had plenty of time in the locker room at halftime to try to figure out what's happening, what do we need to adjust. For the Bobcats, there's probably a lot of coaching up going of young guys.
Yeah.
You got guys in there that that because of injuries, they're going to have to play a much more enhanced role than they have all year, defensively and offensively.
For sure.
That, you're going over a lot of things that you plan to do that you say, well, you know what? We probably can't do that now. Or if we're going to do it, he's got to know how to do this, or we're going to move people from one spot to another. And we saw him make that adjustment with Clayton Myers and move him up into a receiver spot a little bit to try to get somebody in there that knew what was going on.
And Devin Ogle into the backfield. So, your availability dictates that, and your experience dictates that, how you change your game plan. Here's the speech that Coach Leake's given him at halftime. Hey, listen, they're getting the ball to start the second half. We have to be able to make a stop and get our offense back on the floor. And Coach Norman's the exact opposite. Listen, we got our foot on their throats. They're tired. They're beat up, and we get the ball first. We're going to run it right down their throats.
Valentine Insurance kickoff. This one's going to go the way of Burris at his own 20 for 15, out to the 20, 25, 30, and out near the 40-yard line, taking it from the right hash over to the left hash. So the Colts will have pretty good starting position here, up 2 points and a chance to try to extend that lead. They'll start this drive at their own 40. Justice Huey, pretty good first half, mixed it up a little bit. When he had to throw, he was pretty efficient. He will start the half with 4 wides, 3 to his right. And Rivera is out there for the time being in the pistol look behind Huey. And it will take the snap straight ahead, pop it to the left side. Rivera into the secondary and into Cambridge territory. Big 15, 16-yard gain, and a Meadowbrook first down at the Cambridge 44. He started up the middle, but he broke that thing to the outside, and there was nothing but white space there. And the play action, Huey on the keeper, then throws it out in the flat. That's completed. Kuhn, he's going to break all the way down inside the 20. There was not a defender on him. And I think that's a mental mistake on those young guys as well. They play the run, and there is a flag on the play. Was he over the line of scrimmage when he threw?
The quarterback was not, but a lineman was. The quarterback was right on the line.
Yeah, that would have been the only thing. When you're running those run-pass options, those linemen are blocking because they don't know if it's a run or a pass.
Yep.
And that was a big play. The Colts were going to be in the red zone. Instead, a penalty. As the Colts hurt themselves again here. Take a big play off the board and move back 5. So they had the Cats reeling there.
And good news for Cambridge, Eli Edwards is back on the field.
Wow, 3 wides out to the right, handoff inside to McManaway, and he just runs through the first 3 or 4 arm tackles and all the way down to the 41-yard line. Wow. We've seen him a couple of times tonight. Cooper McManaway, just a sophomore, runs a lot bigger than 165 pounds.
Yeah, and you keep the legs fresh of Rivera.
Takes it again, straight ahead, and another chunk of yardage down to the 35, just short of the line to gain. So in 2 plays, have worked off almost all that penalty yardage and then some at 3rd and 1. It'll offset to the right side, and the Colts operating quickly. Hit in the backfield and then stuffed in the backfield, and Eli Edwards, his first contact in there. And one of the Cambridge coaches in the box told us here at halftime, he said, man, that Edwards ankle injury didn't look good. I don't think he'll be back. And there he is. So what do coaches know, right?
Well.
Glad to see him out there. That man's a senior. So 4th down and 2 for the Colts. The Bobcats press the line of scrimmage. They'll go to the quarterback sneak. Huey comes up to the center, goes under center, just taps him on the butt, takes it himself, and that push will get him another Colt first down.
Wow.
Down to the 32. I just don't think anybody saw that coming.
Got to recognize it.
And the Colts continuing to attack. They get Black in the ball game, and he'll come up, and a flag comes in as Edwards again making the stop. That one for a loss, and a flag right at the edge there, and they're pointing towards the Colts.
Yeah, that would be a spot for a hold. Probably hooked him there on the end.
The spot of where the flag was actually even in the backfield. So from the spot of the foul, or would they take it from the line of scrimmage? They'll take it all the way back to the 42-yard line. So the second penalty in this drive for the Colts, and they face 1st and 20. Black stays in the backfield, 2 wides each way. Play action, Huey rolls to his right, fires it out in the flat. He has a man out there in Burris who will get 10 of those yards back. Cats were bringing the blitz. They had Ogle coming from the outside there. He just didn't get there in time as Huey took his time and hit his target.
And then you have a flag in the backfield.
A flag in the backfield. Is that going to be a late hit?
Oh, yes, for sure it was.
Indeed it is. Roughing the passer. So again, these teams continue to trade penalties. For both coaching staffs, I'm sure it's a frustrating affair. That'll be an automatic first down with that penalty and tacked on at the end of the play. So it takes it down inside the 20-yard line to the 18. 1st and 10 Colts, handoff straight ahead. Black, no, they faked in. And on the run pass option, a nice swing pass to Burris as Huey caught him in going straight up the field. And Riley Wilson on the stop, or that's a touchdown. And that was pretty well conceived and executed play. 2nd down and 2. And again, the pop pass as they faked it into the line and tried to hit Burris, but Huey that time, little jump pass, just a little short of the mark. That would have been 6 if Burris could have hung on to that diving catch.
And it looks easy. That is not an easy
That's
throw.
not an easy
It's
throw.
really not. Leaving your feet and trying to
When you
put
ride
some
that
mustard
running
on
back
it.
right up
Yeah.
to the line of scrimmage, then you have to jump up and throw it.
Yeah, it's tough.
So 2 backs in the backfield, and they'll run it to Black off the left side to the 10, to the 5, and to the pylon, yes. And 9 yards out, Braden Black, extending the Colt lead. The Colts have scored on 2 consecutive drives here. Late first half, early third period with 8:57 left in this third period. And the try for 2. And Black will stay in. They'll spread the field 3 wides to the right of the formation, and Burris one-on-one to the left side. Now Black will shift up to the left, and he will lead block for Huey, who will dance into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So Huey's run extends the lead, 38-28. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, Cambridge, your local Dunkin' is hiring. And while everybody knows that America runs on Dunkin', not everyone knows what Dunkin' runs on. We run on incredible crew members, flexible working hours, community spirit, career opportunities, affordable education opportunities, owners that work with you, and a whole lot of other perks. Want to come run with us? Text DONUTSCOLES, that's Donuts Coles, to 85000. America runs on Dunkin', and Dunkin' runs on you. Cambridge Dunkin' is locally owned and operated.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Capers Field, 8:57 left here in the third period. Colts take the second half kickoff. 8 plays, 60 yards. Black finishes off from 9 yards out. Huey, the 2-point conversion, 38-28 Colts. And now the Valentine Insurance kickoff. As Revere approaches, he'll squib this one. Be right off a lineman in the front row. Hammered it up here, still loose on the field, and it went out of bounds. So let's say nobody had possession if it hit the sideline Bobcat ball. I think that's what happened. As that ball got to the sideline and nobody possessed it, but that was a rocket shot off of one of those up guys. I don't know if we have the replay of that. That ball was a line drive that just hit one of those Bobcat up guys and bounced all the way past the Colts.
Right into the hands of a Colt. And then he dropped it, and it got muffed around 3 or 4 more times.
Well, the Bobcats will start a drive from their own 49-yard line. Now down 10 points. Lots of time left. 8:53 left here in the third period. So Garrett Carpenter, let's see what he's got for receivers here. Schultz on the outside to the right. 5 wide look. Alone out there with Wilson. And he'll fire it to Schultz. His diving attempt is incomplete right at the 40-yard line, as he had to go down low to go get that one, and might have been the only place to throw it to. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Carpenter, pretty good first half of action, but he got that arm warmed up. What you'd say, 24 attempts.
14 for 24 in the first half.
They'll stay 5 wide here. 3 to the right. Carpenter back to pass, steps up. The pocket will collapse on him. Snyder this time. Colton Snyder getting it done. As Carpenter tried to take it right up the gut that time, and they squeezed him. And he'll lose a couple on the play. 3rd down and 12.
Cambridge is going to have to go back to those short, quick routes. That pressure is just getting to Carpenter, and he's not having an ability to set his feet. He's stepping up in the pocket as he's supposed to, but the Colts defensive line is just too quick. Got to get back to those short routes.
Edwards checks back into the backfield. He'll go in motion to left. Carpenter rolls out. Stop that way, comes back to the right side. That ball tipped at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete. So 3 incompletions for the Bobcats, or 2 incompletions and a sack, and they'll face 4th down from their own 47-yard line. The offense stays on the field, but that doesn't always mean a play, as Carpenter sometimes will punt in this situation, facing 4th and long. And he'll take it, and he does, step into it, and boots it down the field. It'll land inside the 20, take a bounce, inside the 5, roll dead at the 1-yard line, and I think that's where it's going to be dead. Hustling down there and making the play, I think, was Eli Edwards to keep it in play. And that punt will fall dead at the 1. So the Colts will have 99 yards in front of them.
51-yarder, 52-yarder.
Yeah, get a good bounce on this field. You were talking about the makeup of this field a little bit before the game.
Yeah,
a lot of them have pellets in them, but this one has a combination of the rubber pellets
and sand. That's correct. So you should see the ball kind of look like your pitching wedge as you're making your approach shot.
Yeah, mine hits the sand a lot. So Black will step into the backfield from their own 1-yard line and shift up to the left side, and he will lead the way for Huey, who will take the snap and take a hit. He got it out near the 5-yard line before a lot of white jerseys converge on him. Eli Edwards, after missing much of the first half, he's getting his licks in the second half, isn't he?
Making up for it.
Second down, got about half the yardage needed to move those sticks, but just working out of your own end zone is a tough place to be. 3 wide to the left, 1 tight end to the right side. And Black and Huey in the backfield. As Black shifts to the right now. He will take the handoff, works to the left side, bangs it out across the 10 near the 12-yard line. That'll move the sticks, and the Colts move from the shadow of their own goalpost to get a little bit of breathing room here. First and 10, Meadowbrook at their own, they'll call it the 11. I'll call it the 12 because that's what it looks like from here. Right?
It looks like 12.
Out of the pistol set, straight ahead, Black. Huey on the read all the time that time. Yeah, Huey takes this snap and he looks at the defense, and the running back just runs right past him.
Yep.
And either he hands it off or he pulls it and throws it. He's done that a few times tonight. Black with about 5 on the first down carry.
Really difficult to defend.
And a Colt came off injured on that play. It looks like Bentley Cedar.
Looks like 17, yes.
Yeah, Bentley Cedar. And they're tending to him. Maybe just a cramp. It looks what it looks like. And Braden Black will stay in there in the pistol set at 2nd and 5. High snap, but they'll hand it straight ahead to Black again, and he'll just push the pile for positive yards and another first down. Pretty simple offense right here. Let the big guys get it done up front.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't hard to figure out what they were going to do coming out into the second half. Score when you get the ball to start and just pound the ball.
Nothing different here except who does it. It's Revere, and he'll pop it to the secondary. Foot race, 50. Edwards on a half a leg runs him down at the 28-yard line, but looked like Rivera was off to the races, and Edwards, even with a little bit of a gimp going on there, was able to catch him. And Edwards, pretty quick young man, but Rivera, another chunk of yard. He's putting him close to the 150 mark.
Oh, he surpassed
and
that.
First down.
Brother, he's at 179.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Big
47
night.
on that play.
Big night. Left side. Rivera to the edge. 25-20, and an open field tackle made by the Bobcats by Quillen, but Dalen Rivera, another nice gain, and he might get a rest here for a play or two. Huh? It looks like McManaway into the game, and a flag on the play. They're not moving anything out there. First down marker hasn't moved, and it is a hold on the Colts. Anytime that it looks like they're going up the middle and Rivera bounces it to the edge, that puts pressure on that guy to make that block on the corner.
It does. He tries to seal him, and I was watching that seal, and I thought he was okay, so maybe they threw it on another guy. But, yeah, it's just so tough to be able to hold that block the entire time.
So, they haven't marked a penalty off yet. Well, from the spot of the foul was the 26. So it was actually a few yards down the field. It's not a 10-yarder, though.
Well, it is a 10-yarder, but they've changed the rule this year, depending upon the result, where the flag occurred. Was it beyond the neutral zone, or was it behind the neutral zone? Was it behind the succeeding spot or in front of it? I know it's
first and 15. McManaway straight ahead. And a fumble on the play. The Bobcats come out of there with it. And do the officials agree? Nathan Schultz came up with it. Yes, that's a turnover. And the fumble recovered by Schultz. It looked like McManaway that time only had one hand on it, and that got stripped from him as he went down. And our replay would show that. Yep. Red Klein, yeah, there it is, straight ahead. That ball knocked out of there. And let's see, it looked like 60 for the Cats, got a hand on it. Alec Porter. So the Cats offense gets a break here. And back into the game, trailing 38-28. 5:23 left in this third period from their own 26-yard line. Carpenter, draw play to Quillen, straight ahead, and the defense collapsed on him pretty quickly. Nothing doing there. Zayden Yeagle, and Quillen down with what could be a cramp, I don't know. We've had a lot of guys from both teams tonight go down with leg injuries, other injuries, and they will come out and attend to him as well as Quillen. Cody Quillen not only is a backup running back, but he's probably the leading tackler on this team on defense, and I think that would be where he would be missed most. But he's going to quickly get up, and I think nothing more than a cramp, and get back to the sideline. So no gain on the play, maybe a loss on the play of a yard.
Yes, coming into this game, Cody Quillen is the leading tackler for the Bobcats.
So Myers back into the backfield. Bobcats 2-by-2 receiver set. 3 down defensive lineman. Carpenter back to pass, steps up, fires it out there. And that one completed, threw it a little bit behind Devin Ogle. He reached back, pulled it in anyway. And the linesman said enough for a first down. Indeed, well, there's a flag in the backfield, roughing the passer. So the completion plus marking it off at the other end, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's going to take it close to midfield.
11 penalties, 118 for Meadowbrook.
So the Bobcats had a first down courtesy of WB Green Insurance. Cambridge hadn't had one since late second period. That one will take it into Colt territory at the 49-yard line. Carpenter steps back, pumps it to his left, under pressure, still flips it up there and throws it right to a defender. Right to McManaway, breaks tackle, and will he take it all the way? He will. Cooper McManaway from 50 yards out, and that was panic mode there. The pick six as Carpenter in the grasp, just trying to get rid of the ball. He saw a jersey of a receiver. He didn't see McManaway, and Cooper McManaway hauls it in and beats everybody 50 yards to the end zone. Second defensive score of the night for the Colts. A 50-yard INT pick six. And McManaway will, for his efforts, get to stay in the game and try for 2.
I think he deserves that, right?
And he'll take the handoff straight ahead and into the end zone. Woo! For 2. And that extends the lead. 44. Actually should be 46 to 28. We'll be back right after this.
Hey there, mental health champions, ready to tackle life's challenges head on? Just like your favorite football team opponents, you've got the strength to take on your mental health challenges. Don't sideline your well-being. Reach out to the pros at Southeastern Ohio Counseling Center. We have the winning playbook to help you score against stress, anxiety, and depression. Southeastern Ohio Counseling Center, where every small step is a touchdown for your mental wellness.
So they've got 4.
Back Eugene Capers Field scoreboard update brought to you by Doan Ford. Boy, that's been a busy one tonight. How about this one? Cooper McManaway on the pick six. And it wasn't easy. He had to catch it, break several tackles, and then race to the end zone the rest of the way. And he did it all the way to the house. Extra point, McManaway for 2. 46-28 Colts and the Valentine Insurance kickoff coming up. Now they've shifted Devin Ogle up into that front line. Moves back deep. And this one's going to go back deep and out of bounds as Edwards was back deep. Saw it going sideways. And I tell you what, every one of these kickoffs, either way, has been just an adventure tonight both ways.
Yeah, it has.
So the Bobcats' last 3 possessions have been interception, punt, interception. And if they're going to hang around in this one tonight with 4:37 to go, plenty of time left, but your offense can't continue to sputter like this.
Well, it's going to be real difficult to get back in a game now with Meadowbrook's offensive line just controlling the line of scrimmage and Meadowbrook being able to run the ball at will eating the clock away. Even if Cambridge does get a couple quick scores, that's going to be pretty tough. And as you said, the last 3 possessions, 2 INTs and a punt. Meadowbrook's defensive line and their linebackers are stunning. They're putting a lot of pressure on Carpenter.
3-by-1 set. Carpenter rolls to his left, steps up in the pocket, fires it in the flat, and through the hand of his intended receiver. And I believe that might have been Edwards. A little high for him, but coming back from an injury in a game is never easy. And then to be forced to try to make special plays on top of that with that bad leg. So you got to credit him just for being out there a little bit. 2nd and 10. Again, Carpenter back to pass. Steps up, fires it, has a man. That one is completed. And down near the Colt 40-yard line, that is Edwards.
He made up for it.
I'll tell you what, Carpenter put that ball right in the only slot that it could go to. And that first down brought to you by WB Green Insurance all the way down to the 41. I mean, Edwards had to step on the defender, but Carpenter laid it right in there on him. So
stride.
1st and 10. Carpenter again to throw, steps up. Breaks to the left, keeps it on the ground. He'll step out of bounds just about at the marker. They get him to the 33 and short of the line to gain. So Carpenter not looking to throw that time, looking to find a place to run it.
If they're going to give you that much green, you got to take it.
2nd and 2. Myers in the backfield, offset to the right. 3 wide to the right. Carpenter will roll that way, gets to the edge, looks down the field, fires it in the slot, and that one is hauled in. And Ethan Schultz, his first catch of the night, I believe. He's had a couple come his way. That one a catchable ball, and that will move the sticks. Another WB Green Insurance Company first down.
Schultz's first catch been targeted 6 times.
2-by-2 receivers. Ogle wide to the right, had double coverage. Carpenter will roll that way. Now Fush from the pocket, throws it up the sideline and out of bounds. Heavy pressure. Colton Snyder, also by Braden Black. Put some speed on the edges, the Colts are, to try to compete a little bit with Carpenter's elusiveness. And it's been effective tonight.
Yeah. Absolutely. You put pressure on him, make him step up into the pocket, and that's where your linebackers step back up to help as well.
2nd and 10. Carpenter looking down the field. Nobody open. Again steps up, and he'll head to the sideline. In a foot race there, he'll win to get up inside the 20 and step out of bounds. And the guy's learning quickly not to take that hit at the end of the play now, isn't he?
Right. It doesn't take long for you to learn that.
No, you take 1 or 2 of those early in the season, and you put a little more giddy up in that sideline run. Got about 5, making it 3rd and 5. Cats down 46-28, so certainly no consideration of a field goal in any of these situations, as Ogle will split the field wide to the right. He'll draw 2 defenders who will bracket him out there. And Carpenter will roll that way, looking short. Still looking, a flag comes in behind it and throws it inside, intended that time for Schultz, and I think there's a, or maybe
it'll be a
Edwards, and there was a hold as Carpenter tried to roll to the right. One of those linemen impeded the defender. That is the 5th that I have. Offensive penalty the Cats have. Probably every one of those a holding during a drive. So they will redo that play, but back it up 10. 3rd and 15. And the Colts again back in that zone. They got everybody backed up there 2 deep, 5 under, coming with 3, maybe another guy off the edge. Cats 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, and they will just bring 3. Carpenter steps up, looks down the sideline, and throws it down there. He had Myers going up the sideline, but he didn't see the defender. Those black jerseys disappear. And Myers ran right into a defender. No flag on the play. 4th down. Last 4 times the Bobcats have had the ball. They've turned it over twice, punted it once. This has been their best drive since early in the first half. And they face 4th and 15 with 4 receivers to the right. Ogle will draw single coverage to the left. You got to believe that's where he's going to be looking. And now Lowry will shade that way. And he looks back that way. Nobody there. Steps up to throw it. Does throw it in the end zone. Has a man wide open. And Edwards steps back into the end zone. A flag on the play right near the line of scrimmage. Was he across the line of scrimmage?
I don't think he was. I would guess a lineman was.
And the Cats are walking backwards. So take the points off the board. An illegal forward pass. So
yep, he must have
was.
called it on the quarterback. So the rule is he can be beyond the line of scrimmage as long as he has 1 foot behind, even though his whole body
entire
is in
body.
Front. That's
and,
correct.
Yep.
That's correct.
Yes, be completely. So that will.
And it looked close for me.
Yeah, it did.
Sure.
I mean, he stepped up and looked like he might take off to run.
Yeah.
And
right.
the defense must have thought so too, because they left their guys. So another penalty on the Cats will back them up even more. And now 4th and 20. It looked like they were going to get bailed out there for a second.
Yeah.
3:21 to go. They'll put Ogle wide to the right. He's going to draw triple coverage. 2 guys underneath, 1 over the top. It's got to be pretty hard to defend the other guys, doesn't it, when you put that many people on one guy?
Somebody's got to be open.
And a timeout taken on the field by the Bobcats. 3:21 left here in the third. Cambridge down to its final play of the drive, trailing 28-46. We'll be back after this.
What is a cooperative? A cooperative like Guernsey Muskingum Electric is your local rural electric provider. The owners are not investors on Wall Street. They are actual members using the electricity. Decisions are made by local directors who know, listen, and care about their neighbors. A cooperative is not driven by profit or stock prices. Instead, they are driven by providing safe, reliable electricity at a reasonable price. That's the cooperative difference. Guernsey Muskingum Electric, your touchstone energy cooperative.
Back at Capers Field, Meadowbrook High School, 46-28. Colts on top. Cats take a timeout. 4th and 20. I don't know. You take a timeout. Is there a play in your playbook for a 4th and 20?
Well, no, but you got to at least get organized. But, you know, maybe there is a little hook and lateral or something like that. Trying to figure out a way to get Devin the ball, and they moved him around a little bit here.
Motion by the Bobcats, 3 receivers to the right. They'll throw it in the slot, a little hook and ladder, trying to get it to Edwards, and Ogle hauled it in, flipped it to Edwards, and did he throw it right past him and out of bounds? He might have.
Looks like it.
Yeah, Edwards turned and looked, and I think the Ogle lateral just went sideways. So that's maybe one of those plays that might get that done if you can execute it.
Like I said, unless it's a hook and lateral, I don't know what else you could come up with a 4th and 30.
And they flip the page on that playbook, but that will just end it on down. 3:14 left here in the third period. And the Colts with a 46-28 lead will take over at their own 27. Huey. Carpenter in the backfield, and they'll run that run pass option. Hit to Burris. He got hit immediately. Looked like he actually caught it and then hit by Wilson. And the ball popped out of there. Let's call it incomplete. A little hesitation there, though, by a lot of people when that ball hit the ground.
Yeah, good recognition by Wilson. Come up.
3 receivers to the left. Handoff straight ahead this time, and not much there for the first time in a long time for the Colts. Rivera on the carry. Got about 3, but kind of stacked up in the middle that time. 3rd and 7. Clock continuing to run. Probably see the Colts want to let that clock run at this point, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's still a lot of time left. Still 2.5 left in the third.
2 receivers left and right. Letting that play clock down to single digits. And now with 5 to go. Play action and flags come in. Somebody moved up front, yep.
And receiver on our end did too.
Jumped a little quickly, and now 3rd and long, or longer.
Well, we had 30 flags last week. You want to guess how many we have today?
I think we're there. I think we're there, partner. I think we got to be there already.
We've got 25 accepted penalties.
Yeah.
And how many have we not accepted?
That's
2?
the 6th one on the Colts offense tonight as well.
Jeez.
As they shuffle receivers around, 3rd and 13. Rivera shifts up, back to pass Huey. Looks on the outside, flushed out of the pocket. Now fires it late across the middle, completed to Norman. Breaks a tackle at the 33, up the sideline, 1st down and more. Across the 50, down the sideline, breaks another tackle, and finally hauled down inside the 10-yard line. No flags on that play. Nick Norman. Just a short pass. The rest of that all on Nick Norman. And the Colts not only get a 1st down, but into the red zone. Or they say he stepped out of bounds, actually way back at the 22. But nonetheless, that got the job done and keeps the ball in Colt possession. And a chance to add more points on the board, leading 46-28, 1:49 to go. Handoff deep back, that's Rivera to the edge, cuts it back inside the 20, still on his feet at the 10. And inside the 10, ball loose on the ground. And the one pile, a lot of bodies dived in there right at the end.
Colts retain possession.
And the Colts will retain possession. With that, Rivera checks out. McMahon away. Back in the game, and that will bring up a 1st and goal to go.
I got Rivera at 199 yards.
Man, he has had a huge game.
Yeah.
On a half leg, too. He had that cramp early.
Right.
And has continued to come in and get it done. And a fumble on the play by Huey, trying to hand it off, and he's going to be chased down in the backfield by Britton. Just a bad exchange. I'm not sure that Huey really had the snap, but by the time he tried to hand it off, and that's going to lose yardage all the way out near the 16. So 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line. Under a minute to play here in the 3rd period. Colts have dominated play here in the 2nd half, really from mid-2nd period on. And the handoff, McMahon away, through the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, leaving defenders in his wake. Down inside the 10, he'll get about 10 of that back.
3rd down and goal.
Yeah, the kid's run with purpose tonight. Last 18 seconds here. I think you'll see the Colts just let this one run out, and they will. As we head to the 4th quarter, Colts knocking on the door, leading 46-28. More high school football coming up on WILE 97.7 right after this.
What is a cooperative? A cooperative like Guernsey Muskingum Electric is your local rural electric provider. The owners are not investors on Wall Street. They are actual members using the electricity. Decisions are made by local directors who know, listen, and care about their neighbors. A cooperative is not driven by profit or stock prices. Instead, they are driven by providing safe, reliable electricity at a reasonable price. That's the cooperative difference. Guernsey Muskingum Electric, your touchstone energy cooperative.
I'm not buying till I check down for.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Their games. Back at Eugene Capers Field, 4th quarter. It's been a while getting here. Jeff Riggins, go back to your seat over there. Jeff Riggins bothering us over here. He's got PA addressing to do. We've got serious work going on here.
Right.
46-28, Colts on top, and asking for more. 3rd and goal from the 7 of the Bobcats as we start the 4th period of play. Bobcats actually led this game early by 2 scores.
Yeah.
And things have turned around. Huey puts Kuhn in motion. Straight ahead to McManaway, into the middle of that fray and inside the 5.
Inside the 5. 4th down and goal.
Which will bring up 4th and goal. 4-yard line.
4-yard line.
Colts leading by 18. As McManaway shifts up left to Huey. He'll take the handoff to the right on the reverse, back to Burst. Nobody home into the end zone. A little reverse. And Jacob Burst with the score from 4 yards out and a man down. Bobcats were just putting so many bodies in the box. The Colts were having some trouble between the tackles. That time went to a little trickeration. And a man down for the Bobcats there will stop play before the extra point attempt. I'm trying to do all this without glasses, and it's almost impossible. And get that number. Silas Fisher for the Cats, who was in defensively, and he's a two-way guy for the Cats tonight, playing a lot of offense. They can hardly afford to lose yet another guy.
No, that's your left tackle.
Left tackle out there, so the Colts will huddle on the sidelines, get their extra point call. With 11:25 to go, it's 52-28. Meadowbrook with the extra point ensuing and a man down on the field. So while they tend to him, we'll take the break and come back with more football after this message.
Myra Shearer? Myra Shearer? Myra who?
Hi, I'm Myra Shire, and I'm running to be the next judge of the Cambridge Municipal Court. No matter how you pronounce my last name, most people know me as Myra, a dedicated public servant. Myra, the assistant law director. Myra, a community volunteer with my husband Jeff. If elected judge, I promise that I will serve Guernsey County with honesty and integrity. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 7th.
Vote Myra in November for Municipal Court Judge. Paid for by Myra Shire for Judge.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, more football action continuing here in the fourth period. Once again, with all the balls in the air tonight, this game one of the last ones to complete.
There's other people at home already.
There's other people at home.
Other
Snug
games,
as a bug in a rug.
Yeah, other games are over. But you knew that coming in. Cambridge is going to launch the ball 40 times, 50 times, as many as they can. However, offset by Meadowbrook's ball control, you figure the clock would run.
Well, the other thing that has delayed the game is 30-odd penalties.
30-odd penalties, and there's been a lot of injuries tonight, too. A lot of guys would look to be somewhat serious injuries, but a couple of them have come back.
Yeah, Edwards went out early. He's come back and played pretty well since he's come back.
A lot of cramps.
Kaiser with a big play early, then he got injured. He has not been back. We've seen Reed Johnson in and out of the game a little bit, and I'm not sure he's back in yet. Maybe playing one way. 11:25 remains in this one. And for all intent and purposes, I mean, the Cats haven't shown much here in this second half. They've had the ball 3 times in the second half, have punted it away, thrown an interception, and turned it over on downs. And actually in their last 4 possessions have turned it over twice, along with that punt. And the Colts, on the other hand, have scored just about every time they've touched the ball here lately. They scored 2 touchdowns just before the half, 1 to start this third period. Then after what looked like was going to be a decent drive, had a fumble. And now this score, early fourth period, is Fisher is taken to the sidelines.
324 yards on the ground total for Meadowbrook so far, with still a quarter to go.
So the Colts have gone 73 yards in 7 plays. McManaway in the backfield offset to the right. And now we'll move into a pistol set, kind of a power eye look out of the shotgun. Receivers to both sides. They'll hand it off. McMahon away left side to the edge into the end zone. Coop for 2. I think it's a t-shirt the Colts need. Coop for 2 as he gets his second consecutive 2-point conversion, making it 54-28. Meadowbrook will be back right after this.
Unveil a new perspective with Forsey Air Picks. Their FAA-certified drone pilot captures breathtaking shots that elevate your moments. From dreamy weddings to stunning landscapes, real estate wonders to towering constructions or home inspection pictures, they've got it covered. Let them soar to new heights for you because they get the pictures you can't reach. Call 581-0919 and see your world from above with Forsey Air Picks.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, fourth quarter action, 11:25 to go, 54-28. Colts have not allowed the Bobcats to score since the first half and have run away with this one. Your Doan Ford scoreboard update. A lot of sponsors for tonight's game: Southeastern Ohio Counseling, Troy Blair with Dunning Motor Sales, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Stoney's RV Center, and Forsey Air Picks among a few. And now another Valentine Insurance kickoff as Rivera's hit a couple of these really good, a couple bad. He's had balls bounce off of guys. Cats are still trying to figure it out. They go this one deep, and that's right at Ogle. He'll catch it at the 30, up to the 40, lower his shoulder and take it out over the 45. Devin Ogle. And to me, guy's got just such good hands. That ball was just drilled right at him, and he just put his hands up and catches it. He knew what to do with it. Best field position the Cats have had here in a while. At their own 47-yard line. 11:20 left to go in this game, 54-28. I mean, if there's an offense that you think you can come back in and hang around and maybe get close, it's this one. But they got to get something going here starting right now.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they can certainly score quickly. However, when Meadowbrook has the ball, they're going to score slowly.
Yeah, Colts got guys 20 yards deep off the line of scrimmage. They're not letting anybody get down there quickly as Carpenter will take the snap, run the option play to the right. And they took the pitch man away from him right away. And Zayden Yeagle came down with the stop there. Stay tuned. Our post-game wrap-up. We'll have a player of the game brought to you by Plus One Pizza for Cambridge. And then a couple of linemen we'll pick from either team.
I got mine.
You got yours?
I do.
Okay. Carpenter again, second and long. Flush to the right, throws it to the sideline, and a flag came in way behind that play. I mean, the ball was completed, and one of the Cambridge linemen dragging a defender down, and that's going to cost the Cats another completion. And the penalties consistently have hurt both teams, but when you're struggling to keep things going, they've really hampered the Cats, not only tonight, but every game this year that you and I have seen.
Yeah, for sure. That one, you kind of might want to look the other way, right? I mean, it happened 30 yards away from the play.
Didn't affect the outcome of the play.
Not at all. And 15 yards away from the quarterback. Had no effect on the play.
Well, and the official was pretty far down the field, but it was a penalty.
It's a hold, for sure, no doubt.
So second and 20. Carpenter back to pass, three-man rush, steps up, can't get out of it, and he's flagged. How about the young guy, Colton Snyder? That's his second or maybe third sack tonight. The Colts have really put it on Carpenter. They've found a way not only to just rush three guys, but collapse the pocket with those three guys.
Yeah, look, man, they're faster on the edge. They're getting to him, and by the time he steps up in the pocket, they're making a secondary move to get to him.
Alec Porter's had to move out. Actually, they've got a different guy at that left tackle. Looks like Peyton Shiflett at the left tackle spot. So a young guy there to go against a stud defensive end, and he's struggling with it. He got a little help this time. They'll throw it down the field, And coming back and making a catch is Devin Ogle. Breaks 2 tackles, 30, 20. Race to the end zone, stiff arm. Does he dive in? I think they'll mark him down at about the 1 yard line. What a great individual effort, not only to make the catch, but to beat a couple of defenders and then drag one to the end zone. So the Bobcats get the first down, courtesy of WB Green Insurance, but the big play, and Devin Ogle against double coverage most of the night, shoot most of the season, and that play takes it to the 1 yard line. Well, Carpenter himself takes the snap and his 4th rushing score of the night. So Garrett Carpenter, this time from 1 yard run, 1 yard out. And 9:18 left to go in the game. And the Bobcats answer. They'll bring on the kicker for the extra point attempt. 4 plays to go 53 yards for the Cats. And, you know, special teams always a problem when you got a lot of injuries, because then you got to know the guys that back up the guys that get backed up. And here comes Mail again, who again struggling with his chin strap. That's the 3rd time tonight he's had to leave the game on an extra point attempt. Maybe, you know, you don't want to be in there for the extra point attempt, just tell him.
Right.
And the extra point attempt by Hartley is up and good. 9:18 left to go in the ball game. Cats squeeze it down a little bit, 54-35. We'll be back right after this.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, they're partying on the Colts side, leading 54-35. Even though the Cats scored, it just doesn't seem like it's enough. Too little, too late. Cambridge has given away points tonight. A pick 6, a fumble in the end zone recovered. They've had 2 interceptions, one that basically kept them from scoring a touchdown. The Colts, on the other hand, have just rushed the ball at will and have put so much pressure on Garrett Carpenter. They forced him into mistakes the young man hadn't made a lot of this year. He made a nice throw that time, though.
Yeah, that went well. It was a great effort, too, by Devin Ogle.
Cats will try the onside kick. That one recovered, and let's see who came up with it on that far sideline. I think it was Lowry. Looked like he was going to field it and then tried to return it and almost had it slapped out of his hand, but it will be Colt ball on that Valentine Insurance kickoff. Cats, you got to do that onside in that situation, but it's going to set Meadowbrook up with a short field leading, and now they will start this drive from the Cambridge 44-yard line. 9:17 left to go. And the handoff near side coming to the outside. And a nice open field tackle on Dalen Rivera. But he's still got plenty of yards there. Rivera's down, as is the defender.
And Eli Edwards hurt himself as well with the tackle. Maybe a stinger in the shoulder.
Now Edwards will step off that tackle, I think. That Isaiah Mayo maybe that came up and made that hit. And
I think it was Edwards.
So he went out quickly, and then Mayo came up. He's hobbled a little bit.
Yeah, he was in the mix too, but I think
and
Edwards
Rivera is still down. So as they tend to him, we'll take another break with 9:06 left in the game. 54-35 Colts. Back after this.
Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Hey, football fans, Laborers, Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Eugene Capers Field, Dalen Rivera, the injured Colt on the field, gets up on his own power and off the sideline, gives the stands and the fans the thumbs up, I'm good, points at the scoreboard, but he's had a heck of a night. He's had leg cramps, and that might have been a little issue with that one there, plus he got dinged pretty good. I think we'll see much more of him probably as they'll pound the ball straight ahead. Braden Black, who's been a good 1-2 punch. And throw in Cooper McMahon away for good measure, and that's another Colt first down. Keeps the clock running, I think, right now. And if you're the Colts, that's certainly what you're looking for. Coach Norman, let that clock go.
Oh, yes.
Take your time. Let the play clock run down there. They'll spread the field. Black will stay at the deep back spot in that pistol. Right down to the last second. Straight ahead, nothing fancy, and maybe they took too much time.
Yeah, number 4.
Somebody moved, yeah.
Yeah, it's Black. He moves every time at the
He starts
snap, right
leaning forward just before the ball gets snapped.
Every time, and they finally
called
got
it on him there. And let's just have another penalty.
Sure, why not?
Been a half dozen injuries tonight that have certainly slowed this game down, but every time the officials have to throw that flag, that seems that's another 30 seconds wasted. And they'll wind the clock back in action, and the Colts will let it wind a little bit on their own. Coming up on the 8-minute mark, and we're there. And that little run pass option completes this time to Burris, and he's going to race it inside the 10. Finally raced down by Ogle, who stopped the touchdown. Cats were edging closer and closer every time to stop that run play. And when you do that, you leave that seam in that slot man wide open. And another Colt first down and into the red zone.
Was that Burris or was that Norman? I couldn't tell.
I think it was Burris, number 6. Okay. I'm going to say. Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm looking out there. 8 in that position now, but then him and Burris are switching back and forth. Maybe it was Norman.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It kind of ran like Norman.
8 and 6 is pretty similar on those jerseys. They'll snap it to Huey, and Black will lead him through for the touchdown. So 44 yards, just takes 4 plays, and about 2 minutes off the clock. And Huey with the 4-yard run. And they'll try for 2. Been the MO all night. Huey alone in the backfield. Now motion deep across. They'll run the option to pitch out. And the Cats will sniff this one out, and it will be Ogle with the first hit defensively. I think that might have been Norman coming around as well.
I think it was Black coming.
Black, okay. I can't see any numbers.
They are difficult
to
see.
It's too late at night
That's right.
for me to see anything.
We've seen a lot of numbers tonight, buddy.
So the try is no good. And the Colts extend their lead to 60 to 35, I should say. Some of our sponsors for tonight's action: Doan Ford, People's Bank, Dunkin' Donuts of Cambridge, Laborers Local 530, Myers Shire, for Municipal Judge, Southeastern Ohio Counseling, Overhead Door, Cambridge Overhead Door, that is, Rogers Company, Valentine Insurance, Forsey Air Picks, Surgeon Construction, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Co-op, and Candy Reardon Realtor with Lepi and Associates. We got a bunch of them tonight.
Oh, bunch.
Of course, this game brings everybody out, doesn't it?
That's right, it does.
7:13 left to go in the game. Scoreboard update brought to you by Doan Ford. 60-35. Colts and a Valentine Insurance kickoff goes deep this time as Edwards going to have to chase it down inside the 20. Picks it up at the 12 and up the right sideline. He is collared and out of bounds. Don't want anybody back there blocking for you when you have that offensive setup up front every time. And there is a flag there. That might be a horse collar.
It was, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Good to have a zebra up here in the box. I think I'll be going to the zoo this weekend.
There you go. Toledo Zoo.
Toledo Zoo. Nice zoo.
Yeah. Haven't been there.
My kids we bought them season passes to go for the season the whole year, and they go there. They got a little girl that's 15, 16 months, and she loves to see the bears.
Oh, yeah.
And she calls them doggies, the wolves.
Just don't pet the doggies.
Don't pet the doggies.
That would be penalty number 15 for Meadowbrook, 148 yards.
The Cats take over at the 37. Down 60-35. Carpenter nowhere to go. I mean, they just came at him faster than he could get back there and set up off both edges.
Get to the quarterback.
Man. Between Yeagle, Mail, Snyder, those guys are just pinning their ears back and coming. Of course, the Cats haven't really attempted to run the ball more than about 8 times all night.
Yeah.
So when you know it's a pass play, you can just come off the edge as hard as you want. Couple banged up linemen haven't made it any easier. Pass out to Edwards on the edge. Breaks one tackle out to the 30, 35, and up the sideline. Got close to the 40-yard line before he took a hit. Got most of that lost yardage back, plus about 2 or 3. 3rd and 8. Stops the clock with 6:20 remaining.
Garrett Carpenter, 296 through the air. Close to that 300 mark again.
Okay, got to figure he's going to get there again. He's done that in every game he's played so far. Tonight's been a struggle. He's had a couple of drops. He's run the ball a couple more times tonight. Working with a lot of different receivers. Throws it down the field. There it is as he got it into Ogle. And Lowry with a nice hit, but Ogle comes up with it, held on to it, and another first down. Brought to you by WB Green Insurance, and then a flag after the play. There was some jawing going on both ways as Lowry got up after the big hit, and then Ogle got up and said, yeah, but I caught it, and then they were jawing back and forth. So let's see, it would have been after the play, and they're going to send Ogle off. So a disqualification there and the penalty. I believe that disqualification will go over to next week, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So a penalty on the Bobcats. And you just got to keep your cool. I mean, the scoreboard tells the tale, doesn't it?
Just no excuse for it at all.
So he'll be out tonight and next week. Big one for the Bobcats to lose that guy. As Carpenter throws it out and incomplete, in and out of the hands of Bryson Anderson. One of those guys that's been forced into duty tonight. Anderson, a senior, 6'2", 165. With all the, maybe it wasn't a disqualification. Maybe just send him out for a play.
Yeah, it'd be surprising
You have that
just
option?
on something like that to throw him out. I mean, if you're just jawing, you're not going to
Yeah.
get thrown out again.
They
But
send him off for a play.
Get him off.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. That's a very good decision.
Second and really, really long. Low snap. Carpenter had to bend down for it. Steps up, fires it, and back to Ogle. And they'll converge on him. 2, 3, 4 defenders. Got a completion, and they moved it up the field. And I think Ogle's got to have about 8, 10 catches, doesn't he?
That would be number 9 for
Yeah.
165 yards.
He's had a night. He's had a night.
And missed out on a long touchdown
by a yard. 3rd and 15, 5.5 and counting left in the game. Carpenter with Myers off to his right. 1 wide out to his left, 3 to his right, including Ogle on the outside, who's been a primary target tonight. As Carpenter takes the snap and delay a game. Yeah, the sideline, they looked to the sideline and kept waiting for them to change the play or make a play call, and they took too long.
Down by what? 4 scores?
You got to have those plays ready to roll, right?
What are we doing?
I mean, you should be to the line and running plays as fast
Right,
as you can when you're down that
exactly.
many. You don't have that much time to figure it out. You got to make a play.
Yeah.
Usually it's Carpenter running around till somebody's open. Is that a play call? Aaron takes that snap, steps up. Check. I didn't call him Aaron. I did, didn't I? Well, he's going to take off. Come on, Garrett, get down when you got to get down, buddy, and he does. I should know Aaron can't run that fast. No. Garrett gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more than that, and it's 4th down and 8.
4th down, 8.
Once again, he's got it done tonight. 4 rushing touchdowns.
4 rushing touchdowns. He's carried the ball 15 times for 34 yards so far. Had a big 16-yard sack, so that took away a lot of it, but 34 yards on the ground.
5 wides. Cats will send 3 to the left, including Ogle, who's the wide man there. And he'll look that way first. Flush from the pocket, has to reverse his field. And no time to look down the field. He'll keep it and run close to the first down marker, but flushed out that time. I tell you what, Deshaun Mayo, he's probably got as good a speed as Carpenter because he chased him from behind and nearly caught him. And he's flushed him out of there a couple of times. And Snyder on the other side equally as fast. And those guys have harassed Carpenter all night long, and the Cats will turn it over on down. In the second half, the Bobcats have had the ball 5 times. They punted it once, turned it over on down twice, scored 1 TD, and thrown an interception. So it has been a tough half for Cambridge's offense, and credit Meadowbrook's defense a lot for that and how they have attacked up front.
Yeah, that's been the difference in the game. Absolutely. Again, we talked about their team speed on defense before the game started and how that was going to be an issue for Cambridge. And I would say that was definitely been a heck of a lot more than an issue. I mean, Garrett has been running for his life all night long. And, you know, I mean, look, at some point, somebody's going to have to step up, get in front of him, and slow him down a little bit.
So the Colts, Dalen Rivera back in the ball game. Will take the handoff straight ahead. No, he will not. It's Huey on the read. Will keep it himself. He took a pop or 2. Britton and Ogle got a piece of him. And Huey will take it forward for about 6 yards.
Colts be on the road next week at Brooksville.
That'll get the clock going again. Under 4 to play. 60-35 Meadowbrook. And they're taking their full play clock allotment every time.
Good crowd tonight
Yeah.
on both sides.
People not really heading out here. You never know what's going to happen, even at the very end here.
Sure.
You don't want to go home and find out something happened at the end and have somebody try to explain it to you. Hand off straight ahead. Rivera Not much that time. I think he's done his job tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of surprised he's still in there.
Yeah,
He's
I am
already
too.
cracked the 200-yard mark.
Yeah, you got 200 plus games in hand,
Yep.
3-minute mark. They don't have a whole lot to prove at this point. Keep that guy healthy, huh?
Yes, for sure.
Third down and a yard. Huey gets Revere to step up right side. He'll take the snap and follow him up into the hole. Easily have the first down. The Colt offensive line all night long has just had such a good surge. The Bobcats haven't very seldom gotten any penetration there to slow them down. And that first down will give them a fresh set of downs. With 2.5 to go, the Colts will be pretty close to being able to run this one out.
Yeah, certainly another first down will do that.
Yeah, here comes, well, finally they get Revere out there. He comes limping off. The guy's had a couple of cramps tonight. He was down with a pretty good shot at one time. He just keeps coming back. Now they're in that victory formation, it looks like. As McManaway will come in. He's played his role tonight on offense and defense. Pick 6 is Huey will take the snap and take a knee. They'll lose a couple yards, but at this point, that really doesn't matter, huh?
No, it just hurts his rushing yards, that's all. Well, good news is
go to the coach, say, Coach, can I do this under center?
Yeah, can I just go under center?
Just take a snap and
lose
take a
yard.
knee as 1 yard instead of 5 or 6?
Right. I don't think he's too worried about it.
No, not at this point. You get a W on this night, that's a big one.
That's right.
Both teams just kind of going through the motions this last minute or so, letting that clock run out. Colts are going to see their record improve to 2-1. With this non-league contest, the Bobcats going to drop to 0-3. Look good for the Cats early tonight that they might get a W. But
yeah, it was
they
fun early.
could not sustain. Too many mistakes, couple interceptions, couldn't finish off drives, too many penalties. It is becoming a familiar pattern. And with the young players that they have, you expect some mistakes, but there has to be some improvement to be able to give yourself a chance to get that W. The Colts will take one more knee, and that's going to run the clock out. They won't have to do this again. And that'll end this one. Final score tonight, Meadowbrook 60, Cambridge 35. Got a bunch to talk about in our post-game wrap-up, so don't go away. We'll be back with that right after this.
Hi, this is Gabby from People's Bank. I'm here to tell you about People's Bank's new CD special. It is so good, you need to stop by any People's Bank location today and ask your banker to tell you more. Or visit pebo.com. This special will not last long. You must open your account by September 7th. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Hey football fans, Laborers, Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Myra Shearer? Myra who?
Hi, I'm Myra Shire, and I'm running to be the next judge of the Cambridge Municipal Court. No matter how you pronounce my last name, most people know me as Myra, a dedicated public servant. Myra, the assistant law director. Myra, a community volunteer with my husband Jeff. If elected judge, I promise that I will serve Guernsey County with honesty and integrity. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 7th.
Vote Myra in November for Municipal Municipal Court Judge. Paid for by Myra Shire for Judge.
This is Ed with Cambridge Overhead Door. If you are building a new home or thinking about replacing your existing garage door, we can help. We have many styles and designs that will enhance the curb appeal of your home. Whether you want standard raised panel doors or our elegant accent wood grain doors that come in a variety of colors, stop by our showroom to see all our options. We are located on State Route 22 in Center beside the pantry door in Delhi. Or give us a call at 432-DOOR. That's 432-3667.
September is here and seasons are changing, and so are mortgage rates. Homebuyers are eager to secure the best financing for such a large investment, especially in a challenging housing market. If you have questions, need help understanding the home buying process, you don't have to figure it out all alone. Let a seasoned professional help you make smart home buying decisions. I'm here to make the process as simple as possible for you. Call Candy Reardon at Lee Pine Associates Real Estate, 740-439-6666.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing an exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Hey, back for our post-game wrap-up here at Eugene Capers Field. Colts celebrating their victory in the season. Number 2 Cats at the other end of the field, going back over all the mistakes in the game tonight. Bill Kafury, John Valentine wrapping this one up with our Troy Blair Dunning Motor Sales post-game report. A lot of sponsors helped us make this happen tonight. Raider Rehab and Wellness, Southeastern Ohio Counseling, Laborers Local 530, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, among the many, and we thank them all. We'll get a couple more here before we check out. Final score, 60-35. Colts came from behind after the Cats took the opening kickoff all the way back. Keaton Kaiser from 75 yards downtown to the house, 7-0 with the extra point, but the Colts would come right back and retake the lead. Justice Huey, an 8-yard run. The Rivera extra point made it 8-7. But then Garrett Carpenter started his running escapades on the night. Then he used his arm. Carpenter on his legs runs one in from 12 yards out, capping a short field drive for Cambridge, making it 14-8 after the extra point. Carpenter would add another one late first period, extending Cambridge's lead to 21-8. But hold the bus. The Colts would make their comeback start. Landon Kuhn, 11-yard pass from Huey on a 3rd and short. Early second period cut the deficit 21-16 after Huey ran the 2-point in, and then a muffed punt snap by the Bobcats in the end zone that was recovered by Will Smalley. Gave the Colts the lead. They would never get, well, I wouldn't say they would never give it up. Cats actually came right back and scored. Rivera ran the extra 2 points in to make it 24-21. Cambridge responded in the second period, late in the second period, with a Carpenter 5-yard run to cap a 66-yard drive, making it 28-24. The Colts, waning moments of the first half, would score the go-ahead score, and that would put them on top to stay. Black from a yard out short drive there, aided by penalties, just 34 yards, made it 30-28. Then Meadowbrook would get it rolling in the third period. Black again, gapping a drive from short yardage, 9 yards on this one. The extra point by Huey made it 38-28. Then Cooper McManaway, the pick six. He would cap it off with a 2-point conversion, 48-28. And Jacob Burris on a little razzle-dazzle on the reverse for the touchdown at the 11:25 mark of the fourth period. And that put it out of reach, 54-28. Cambridge would add another late score in the fourth period with 9:18. Carpenter from a yard out closed in the deficit 54-35, but then another Huey score with 7:13 to go would give us our final score, 60-35. Lots of action in the game tonight. King Carpet each week sponsors our play of the game. Boy, pick a play.
How do you pick one play?
You pick a play. Could be the opening kickoff. It could be any number of plays. Could be Cooper McManaway's pick six that really turned the tide against the Cats. It's a 10-point game at that point, 38-28, and Cats have the ball at midfield, and McManaway picks one off, takes it to the house, and all of a sudden it's not a 10-point game. It's a 3-score game, and that pretty much put it out of reach.
Yeah,
so
I think that's the winner.
There's your winner right there. The drive of the game, man, the Colts controlled it all night long, up and down the field, punching it around. Early third period, though, when this game was still in question, 30-28 at halftime, the Colts came out and took their opening possession, 60 yards in 8 plays with a 9-yard touchdown on the back end of it. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company drive of the game goes to the Colts for that game-winning drive. And, of course, then we have our player of the game. Plus One Pizza sponsors a player of the game. And we got a lot of candidates tonight. You got stats galore.
Yeah, my goodness.
Over there. And before we name our player of the game, maybe we got to name some of the players of the game tonight that had some significant contribution.
Yeah, well, give us a top 3 or something like that, right? We'll start out, Meadowbrook here's on top, so we'll put Meadowbrook, huge game from Dalen Rivera, 20 rushes, 211 yards. Didn't score, however, he did get 2 2-point conversions. Cooper McManaway, as you said, that TD, was it an interception?
Interception TD,
TD. 9 rushes, 41 yards, and he had 2 2-point conversions. Justice Huey, 14 rushes, 31 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 2-point conversions on the ground. He was also 10 for 17, 183 yards and a touchdown.
Pretty nice night.
That's a really good night.
Pretty nice, efficient night for the QB.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, and very efficient. And Nick Norman, 4 receptions, 128 yards.
Wow. That's a pretty nice night, too.
That's not even talking about anybody from Cambridge yet.
Those are all.
Right? Those are all.
Really, really significant contributions.
We need to get a few more of these
When they say it's a team win, it's a team win.
Garrett Carpenter, 22 of 38, 318 yards. No touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Devin Ogle, 9 catches, 165 yards. And Garrett Carpenter also 16 rushes, 40 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, man, there was a lot of action tonight.
There was a lot of
There
action.
really was. But with 211 yards, the poor kid didn't get a touchdown. Workhorse all night, but he did get 2 2-point conversions.
Well, there's a lot of guys out there stealing his touchdowns, because how many times did Rivera get the Colts into the red zone and then trotting in from the sideline? Here comes Black coming in to steal a couple of touchdowns, and Huey got a couple.
But we got to give it to Dalen Rivera.
Yeah, Dalen. He did, and he's going to need pizza and a drink there to get over those cramps that he was having tonight.
For sure.
He did have a heck of a ball game, and the Colts dominated the line of scrimmage tonight. And each week, Guernsey Muskingum Electric selects a power lineman of the game. They'll get a T-shirt and a picture and their picture online, and a big deal made out of them, because it's, coaches will tell you the game is won up front. Those stats of those guys that we just read tonight, those are all well and good, and those guys get in the paper and they get their name read and all that stuff, but it's the linemen that typically make that possible. And Meadowbrook's line dominated on both sides. They hassled Carpenter all night long into several sacks and a couple of missed throws. And we saw him get rattled tonight. And young guy, doesn't get rattled much. I mean, he started 3 varsity games, and he's thrown for over 300 yards in every one of them. But tonight he looked like he was running for his life more than in any other game.
Correct.
And with the 2 linemen that we picked, one from the Colts was Zayden Yeagle. He had a couple of those sacks. He was responsible for a lot of that pressure. And
a two-way player.
And a two-way player.
Right.
And for the Bobcats, a similar two-way player, Frankie Ukupchek, our lineman, power lineman of the game for the Cats. So congratulations to those guys. Grab those T-shirts and wear them proudly, because the linemen don't get enough credit for the things that they do.
That's correct. It's a thankless job, except for the quarterback. Trust me, the quarterback, the linemen are his best friends.
60-35, our final score tonight. Wrapping up our post-game report, brought to you by Troy Blair with Dunning Motor Sales. Want to thank our crew here, Brett Klein, Brock Valentine, and the crew that helped to bring you the streaming video. Hope you enjoyed that. Good broadcast tonight from my partner, Brock, or not Brock Valentine. You're not Brock.
No, I'm better looking than Brock.
You are a little bit better looking than him. I think he's a little faster, though. But Johnny Valentine, good job tonight. We kept you busy with all the action.
I have my carpal tunnel starting to flare up. I wrote so many stats down.
I can't sit on one of these stools much longer, I'm telling you. Thank our sponsors for tonight's game. A few more of those: People's Bank, Doan Ford, Valentine Insurance, Candy Reardon with Lepi and Associates, Wayne Garage Door, and the Rogers Company. Thanks to all of those guys. Mentioned a lot of them tonight. They help make this possible, so you help it happen for them by taking care of them and patronizing them. So good night for them, and a good night for the Colts as they go to 2-1 on the season. A victory over the Bobcats, who dropped to 0-3. Next week we'll be back at McFarland Stadium as the Cats at home, and it will be Hall of Fame night. There's several inductees into the Hall of Fame. I saw those were announced the other day.
Yep.
Boy, I've known all of those guys, and unfortunately none of them with us, but they were great athletes or coaches.
Did you play with Hollins?
Buck Hollins, Tommy Hollins, and I were not classmates, but I played on teams with him. He was a 3-sport all-state player. He was an outstanding baseball player. Man, he was just unhittable. And football, played fullback and linebacker for the Cats. And in basketball, started for 4 years in basketball and just was dominant there as well.
Natural athlete, huh?
He was just one of those guys that could, didn't have to lift a weight. Was 6'3", 220, and could just go out there and dominate a game on either side of the ball. So he was outstanding. Some coaches, Carl Dupler, Zip Joseph, a couple of others there. The guys that coached for a lot of years, track or basketball in Cambridge. Zip a couple of different stints as a coach there. And then Stephen Ford. Set records rushing the ball that I don't know if anybody's ever going to. In this day and age, the way they throw the ball, ain't nobody ever going to get to 5,000 yards rushing again. And the 69 carries he had against Dover in a win there.
I remember. Was that game?
Yeah, that was an incredible night.
Sure
So all deserving, and congratulations to them and their families. But we'll have all that action next week, including the Bobcats hosting Indian Valley, I think. So that'll be a tough one for the Cats. As Indian Valley on a roll, they were playing Dover tonight. We don't know the outcome of that one, but that should have been a good one.
Dover was up 14-7 at the half. That's the last update I got.
Could be a mean Indian Valley team next week. Right. Final score tonight, 60-35 Colts for the entire AVC crew. I'm Bill Kafury, and a restful and good night, everyone. See you later.
This has been a presentation of AVC Sports.